What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Oh man, then I didn't push the right button. Hope all is well. I had to go run and grab something real quick. I get more and more nervous the ones that I schedule. So welcome to the channel. Welcome. Can y'all hear anything? Oh man, I got a couple people in the back. What's up, y'all? Hold on one second, y'all. Okay. Add to the stage. What's up, Mike? Can you hear me, man?
I can hear you.
Okay, okay. What's up, y'all? WIG. We here, y'all. All
All
right,
right.
hold on. Got one more. Got one more.
Am I in the right place? Oh,
What's up with you, G
hey,
Mama? How you doing,
TT.
girl?
Sorry,
Y'all,
hold on.
you
Hey,
good?
Mike.
You good?
Hey, GT.
What's up? What's up? Y'all, so I had to pay for the StreamYard because I had been thinking about it for years, and I said
Okay.
today will be the day. So I bought it a couple days
All right.
ago.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Yeah, bought it about 2 days ago. Can y'all hear music in the background? Do y'all hear the little
A
music?
little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay.
It's very faint.
Okay, okay. Uh-oh, I
Welcome
think I
in,
got somebody else.
everyone.
I'm gonna wait for her real quick. You ready?
Uh-oh.
I don't know if she can hear me back there.
Welcome
Should
in,
be able
Prepper 101. Dana Springs. Jex. Jessica SMC. Welcome in, everyone. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me, GT?
and to yes, and to the
I can hear you.
stage,
You hear us?
Rose. You
Okay,
grow Rose.
Rose.
Yes, I can hear you. Maybe she can't
Hey.
hear us. Oh, okay,
Hey
okay.
y'all.
Hey, Ro.
Hey,
We hear
Nicole
y'all.
Smith.
Hey Mike.
Or his
Four
hands in the dirt.
Seasons.
Or his hands in the dirt says them eyes.
Big Early OG. Welcome in,
broke,
everybody.
broke, but bountiful, blessed, and blessed. Hello.
Hey,
Hey
there's Veggie.
Nicole
Hey,
Smith.
Veggie. Hi, Nicole.
What's
Toot toot.
what's up, Psalm?
Yes, he broke it. Bonnie Bless is doing the tomato challenge. That's kind of joining in with us.
Okay. Congratulations. Broke but bountifully blessed. Mr.
That's
Bammett.
the Micro Dwarf 2526, right, bro?
Gardening with Lisa.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Okay, just
And the
making sure.
lady's name is Carol. She's really nice.
Yeah, she's great.
So, does everybody want to do an introduction?
Sure, I could start.
You want?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's start.
Hey everybody, if you don't know, I am You Grow Grow. I'm here on YouTube. I do gardening, some cooking, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mostly experimenting. I'm doing some in soil in the backyard here in the urban setting, and I've been participating in this annual hashtag WIG 2025 for all 4 years now. I do like to let everybody know that I did wear the crown at one point. I'm not bragging. I put my pants on one leg
Woo.
too. I just wanted
Hey.
everybody to know.
There you go,
You
though.
grow, Ro.
Bougie,
Mike
bougie, mama.
or
Go ahead,
Mike,
G
you want
Mama.
to go ahead? Oh, okay.
Who?
G Mama, can you hear us?
Oh, you want me to
Can you hear
go?
us? Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Please.
I
Please.
am. Wait. Who's going? Is it you, Mike?
No, go ahead, G Mama.
Oh, okay. Hey, y'all. I am G Mama Grows Hard in the Garden. I am a small space apartment grower. I grow indoors and outdoors. I grow in a variety of different ways in soil, and I'm changing my current indoor garden to mostly clay pebbles. And my vlogs are mostly gardening. I do a lot of other things also that I am incorporating, but right now I'm focusing on growing. And a lot of my indoor plants are mostly edibles. I have also air plants, carnivorous plants, and this is how I learned how to grow by growing various plants. So,
True that. True that. Okay, Mike.
And a rabbit. And she's got a rabbit.
Oh yeah, Oreo.
oh yeah, and I have a rabbit.
Don't forget
Let's
Oreo.
forget my buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like me and my squirrels.
Look,
You
and
got
while
it,
we're on
Mike.
that subject, I also have a worm farm indoors.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know you had a worm farm. Cool.
Yeah, I didn't know she was doing. I didn't know you were doing a. What's
Yeah,
that called? Vermiculture.
Yep.
Verma Hut.
Oh.
Nice. Oh, I am Mike, the chaotic gardener. I'm always a mess, always doing experiments in my experimental shelf. I just dropped a video today where and I admit it, I completely forgot about those plants sitting on that shelf for a full month, and the fact that they're still
It
alive just
happens.
shows that they can survive my nonsense, which makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about just plants want to grow, food wants to grow, so grow it.
True. True.
And it
True.
shows squirrels and other critters that arrive at my door for some reason.
Mike, are you guys naming those squirrels yet?
Oh yeah, got a couple of them. Like one of them, my main buddy is Annabelle, who she's mad at me because I was we had a like a 24-hour snowstorm and I had packages coming, so I had to
Ooh.
snow blow the walk so that the delivery person could come. And I didn't see her running up to me, and so I just started right as soon as I started the snowblower and shot snow at her. She was so you have never seen an
Oh,
animal have a face. She looked at me
man,
like,
not out of that.
"What is your problem?" And took off. And now
Just
for
one
the
of
next
those
last
made for TV moments.
exactly the last 2 days, she
Mhm.
was mad at me. She'll look at me, but she won't take anything from me. She'll just stare at me like, "Nah, you're not my friend no more."
You can't be
Mm.
trusted no more.
Exactly. But I think the reason why I have so many critters, because people keep asking this, because I'm in the city, the heart of the city. Everything's concrete. There's very little. There's maybe like 10 feet of grass in everybody's yard. But I have that little teeny oasis where I have water and I got food for them. And so, you know, probably a couple of miles around, there's no real good spots for them. So they see my tiny little oasis and they're like, yes. And that's why I get like every creature under the sun.
I love
Mm.
it. I
Yeah.
love it. And your wife has the gift too.
Oh, yeah, they like her.
Well, I am GT Junior Grows It. I am here currently in Alaska. I'm from Georgia. I do hydroponics. I do soil. I grow outside, not as much. There's always seems to be projects to do during the summertime. So during the wintertime, I have more freedom to um, do the other projects that I want to do. I have chickens as well. They lived in the garage for 3 years and now they're in their newly built coop. So it was a project that I completed. And
Nice.
we're coming today. We're coming today because this is about the indoor crew. We're trying to get everyone to understand and experience on some level growing indoors. And
Right.
that can get complicated and it can get a little costly, but we want people to, have a little bit more survival instincts and grow food. And people like me and Mike and others, we have to create our own environment. So we came to answer questions, talk about things that are related to gardening, and just shoot the breeze because we've been knowing each other for a few years. 4 to 6 years we've been knowing each other. So we've come real close in this garden community where we share a lot of positivity, love, and definitely seeds. So we just came to bring that to you. So I hope you enjoy it.
And we all in
Yes.
zone 6 or below.
Yeah, that is true. That's a good point.
Oh,
Didn't think about
you in
that.
6-2, Ro? Oh, whoa.
Yep, she in
Okay.
6 too. Both of us in Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought
Oh,
you
And
okay.
moved
me and
out of
Mike
Ohio.
in 4.
Yeah, me and GT are zone 4 crew.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we the fours and the sixes over here. We could speak to a few people that are here. I see Bama that came in. Y'all see people, y'all can definitely speak.
What's
Bammit,
up,
Miss
Nick?
Chloe K.
Hey
TT,
sis,
Bougie,
growing with us,
Throne of Hudson,
Hey, Nikki.
Papa.
OC Dish,
Hey Miss
David,
Sylvia.
Nicky.
David with the crop.
These gardening adventures.
Hey, Soul Diva.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a
So
big
Hey,
house.
D.
I
Sylvia.
forgot who that is.
Sylvia R,
Ann's backyard
Nicole,
garden.
Smith,
Growing with Hudson.
Yeah. G Hood. Chloe
Hey
K. I
y'all.
see you.
and
Wow, it's a lot of people
yeah, a
over
lot
A
of
here.
people.
lot of
Pepper
y'all showed
101,
up. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks
Nicole
for coming,
Smith,
y'all.
what's up?
Miss Shirley,
Yeah.
Leo G,
Jigs. Yup. They can hear me loud and clear.
Love
G
the
D
garden.
Jackson.
Hey,
Ordered the
So
Cece.
coach
Diva.
from.
What was that?
Juanita,
Never mind.
Oh.
just gifted, just came in.
Hey,
Sis
Oh,
just
I
gifted
do
gifted.
Miss
want to.
Sonia.
I do want to say we've already had a nice offer to support. So we definitely will have some real nice gifts going out to the winner, but don't do it for that. But it's just I just got the you you might want to check your email there, GT. I don't know if you read it already.
Oh, she tagged you in
Oh.
it too? Oh,
Yeah,
I
she tagged me in there
responded
too.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah, I responded back. I said, "What? All right,
exactly.
let's do that
Yeah.
then." So
Uh,
I, I, I guess, I guess we can take donations. I guess we can, if you know of somebody that needs some promotion or whatever, um, like Green Stock or something, let us know and we will, see what prizes we
Right.
can actually achieve for this competition. We're trying to make sure that the winners of this competition feel, not just, the support that we lend is going to be great, but the actual prize is
Right,
just put that little, cherry on the top. So yeah,
yeah,
we're
get
gonna
some
right.
try to
pepper.
do
Mhm.
that. Yeah, we had some great supporters. We
And oh,
you
my
got it,
fault.
G
I was
Mo.
just gonna say
Yep. Oh,
about
good.
growing. Everybody is having a question about what to grow, what to grow. This is a challenge, a winter indoor challenge where you challenge yourself to grow what you've never grown before, what you love to grow and would like to see grow. So it's all based upon what you want to grow, basically growing it any way that you can get it to grow in soil, in hydroponics, just
Mhm.
anything that you want to do, because this is going to be a challenge for me to grow some new things to see if I can grow them in new ways. So my whole challenge is going to be an experiment.
What are you growing, G Mama?
I'm growing the Diva cucumber, which is a parthenogenic cucumber. I'm
You
growing
said the
the
word.
Minnesota midget melon and winged beans.
Mm.
Nice.
And
Nice.
they're all climbers because I want climbing vegetables. And the wing bean is supposed to be, I've never grown it now. This is going to be my first time, but it's supposed to be edible from the roots all the way to the leaves. So the vegetable, the
Okay.
leaves, and everything can be used
I've
with
never
this
grown
plant.
those
So that's what
before.
interested me. I know, me either. That's what interested me. I
Ooh,
kept researching it. I'm
okay.
like, wow, you can eat the whole plant? Yeah, this is for me.
Mm.
So we're going to try to grow this.
Wow.
Yeah.
For those who don't
And
know,
that's
when she said parthenocarpic earlier, that means that those plants don't have to be um, manually fertilized. You don't have to go and do that with those.
Right.
They will produce without going through that whole process.
Right. I
Self-fertile.
would recommend those type of plants for people that want to grow fruits indoors. People always talk about no seeds and all of this, but those are the best type of plants to grow indoors because you don't have to hand
Oh,
pollinate. There is a
Right.
difference also between the pollination types of plants. The parthenogenic cucumber that I'm speaking of, it also comes in tomatoes, melons, and you just
hmm
have to do your research on it. But what that does, it
what?
produces all fruits. There are no, well, there will be aborted flowers and fruit that don't develop, but those
right,
type of plants only produce the fruits. So you don't have to
right.
worry about hand pollination. Then you have the self-pollinating plants that pollinate themselves, meaning they have the male and the female together. So you probably just shake that plant or wind or something like a pepper plant that you just shake and the pollen falls on and you get a fruit.
hmm
But then you have those hand pollinated plants where you have to take the male from the female same plant and pollinate that flower. So there are three different types of pollination that you should understand when you're also germinating your seeds, what type of flower or fruit it's going to produce.
Right.
Yeah.
Dang, that
Yeah, I
was
did
a
the same.
lot.
I yeah, I did that with
You did that.
I did with my the tower that I'm growing the fig in. The year before that, I grew a Georgia candy roaster squash, and I had to hand pollinate. But it's not that
Yeah,
hard. You just you just take the
right.
male flower and connect.
Yeah, and you can use
Yeah.
tools. You can use Q-tips, paint brushes, whatever you can. Just you can peel off the whole flower and pollinate it with the other flower. It's like not really. It's not hard. You just
Right.
got
No.
to figure out the male and the female parts.
Right. And that's the situation I'm going to find myself in with my watermelon that I'll be growing. I'm going to have to hand pollinate that, over the course of this winter in order to get some fruit from that.
Right.
That was a 2 to 3 pound watermelon that you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Yep. Very, very
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind trying them.
Yeah, I
Sugar
already
babies.
got mine out.
That's why I got the Minnesota midget.
I have
Because I
the
want a
K.
melon on deck. Like, yeah, I got to give me a melon. Let me get one of these little ones.
This is the one that I chose. I chose this one right here, and I have another red one, but this is the one that I chose.
Okay, that's new.
So
I ain't never heard of
How
that
big does
one.
that one get?
Oh,
two to
nice.
four pounds.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
so
now you're gonna
that
make
was
me
one of the
have
ones.
to like
Look, I might
dig
have
through
to
my
put me
seeds and find
another
something
one up
weird.
now. Look.
What you say,
But
Mike? What you
I
right?
was just gonna grow sugar babies, but now you got me wanting, thinking I'm gonna have to try something different.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go.
what
I was gonna go big with it, and I have a couple of them right here that I set out. I'm gonna, set them up, but I can't. To this time, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. I really want to, but it just takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work
It
to
yeah.
does.
germinate a big one. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it
And
simple,
plus, I
and
got
I'm
other
also gonna
stuff that
do
I'll be starting to.
this parthogenic right here.
Monica
Mhm.
cucumber. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
Huh?
it only produces female flowers from what I understand. So I'm gonna be doing
Yeah.
that today too.
We
Hydroponics.
all lean in. We're all leaning in.
Yeah, I can. My
Trying to see.
everybody got strong suits and pronunciation ain't it. So
Yeah, mine ain't it either.
now what's up
I'll
with
chop
you,
it up in a
Jacqueline?
minute.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people over here. Goodness gracious. And
Welcome
this
in,
has been
everyone.
going on. Yes. Hey, Jessica SMC. Yes, it's been going on for 4 years, and um, me and Mike talked, and I was like, he brought it up, but I was thinking, I was like, I want to get some people up here. So like the G's, let me see. And he said it, and I was like, okay then. That's what I'm talking about. So
Well, thank
and I
you
was hoping that
kindly.
they were gonna be available. No, we thank you. Like
Yeah,
we
awesome.
was thinking, and he picked them. I mean, he said them, and I was thinking it, so it was like, yeah, if they're available, we on. So, um, if we do this again, y'all definitely are able to stream to your platform. I mean, on your channel, however you wish, you know. So we just want to get this started. We want to get it to where a lot of people are doing this. So, yeah.
Right.
Well, there's
I
been
Yeah,
agree.
I'm gonna say
There
significant growth every year, right, GT?
right.
you
Has
broke
there
up a
been
little bit,
significant
bro.
growth each year
What about each
Yeah,
year? Say that one more time.
in the number of participants? There's been significant growth each year.
We're at 54. We first year we yeah last year and I mean the year before and last year were kind of neck and neck,
Neck
you
and
know.
neck.
Mhm.
But other than that, we've always grown. It's always been more. But
Mhm.
this year we plan to have more because of you know I went to people's channel and I made sure that I was present so they can ask me the questions. So just
Mm-hmm.
trying to get people to actually know what's going on and with everybody participating, what don't who don't do it this year, they'll do it next year.
Right.
Right.
Because that's what happened to me. I had to skip a year.
Hmm.
I only missed one though. I'm back.
Hmm.
yeah, welcome back.
Yes,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yes.
people. The biggest joy for me in this whole thing, the reason why I love doing it is because I'll see somebody try it and not even do it hydroponically. I've seen people just drop seeds in an old ice cream bucket and put a light over it. And when they got plants, I think that person grew uh, not green beans. What do you call those things? Snow peas. They grew snow peas in an ice cream bucket in dirt, and they were so thrilled, and it just completely changed their thinking that hey, I can
Right.
grow delicious food in my house during the wintertime when it's and they were this was an off grid person who they live way up in the last I think they're zone 2 and
Oh,
they live off the
Wow.
grid and they were growing stuff in their house over the wintertime. Didn't think that was possible at all and used very little electricity and grew green food in their house in zone 2 in the wintertime. So that's why I love this. That's
I
why
am
this
still
this makes me happy.
surprised at how many people don't know they can grow indoors and grow anything they want indoors.
anything.
It's a very
Anything.
Y'all
attainable
heard
goal.
her.
There are people that have dedicated. I have a grow room, I call it, where I just have
Mm-hmm.
everything for my plants in that room, and I do things for my plants in that room. But there are people that I have seen that have dedicated whole basements. Now that's a luxury for me. I would love to have a whole area.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that would
it's
be my dream. To have like a warehouse with all the plumbing and stuff, the plumbing and the
Right,
lights all set up. I would grow everything under the sun.
right.
Right?
everything.
But see,
And I'm
usually, oh, go ahead, Gigi.
no, you got it, you got it.
Okay,
Just
I was
like
gonna
it's
say,
a
people,
luxury to be able to grow year round. Like,
right.
yeah, that's a
But
luxury.
if you look at the old like 1800s, 1700s, everybody who had any kind of money had an arboretum. They had a grow room, and they had
Hmm.
greenhouses. This isn't new. It's not like we're bringing anything new. It's just we got so used of having the grocery store tell us you don't need that
Right.
stuff that we completely forgot that almost everybody back in the day grew in their house. They had a sunroom. That's what a sunroom is, a solarium. That's what those were for.
Right.
Your four season
Yes.
Right.
I
porch.
was amazed.
People grew food.
I was amazed whenever I found out all the different vegetables that we could grow that we never see in the grocery store. Like, I was just like, what?
Right.
What do you mean there's like purple cauliflower or, whatever? I
That's
just like,
zucchini
what?
onto the
Purple
different
carrots.
strawberries. I was like, what
Yeah.
kind of strawberry
Purple
is that?
potatoes. It's amazing. Once we, in the beginning, I bought a lot of things that weren't true, like the colorful watermelons. I was like, oh, I can get a blue watermelon. And I didn't know any better. So
Right,
I got a couple of dollars where I bought stuff that just didn't make sense, but I was
right.
too
And
giddy. I was too giddy without doing research. But
right.
it still
Yeah.
was fun. It still was fun.
And that's the
The
purpose in growing
excitement,
from seeds. You
yes,
learn.
that excitement was still there, even though it's
Hmm.
false. You know.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
And
back in
yeah,
20
Growing
right before the
something.
pandemic, they before the pandemic was when they were trying to push that purple watermelon. I almost fell for it. I
I
didn't
fell
pull the
Right,
for
trigger. I almost pulled the
right.
trigger and bought them seeds.
You got to
it.
know how things grow and what they produce.
Right.
And that's the
I
purpose.
just thought.
Another good purpose in growing from seed because you can grow varieties that you can't find in the stores or
Mm-hmm.
locally
Mm-hmm.
even.
And then you
Like
own it. You own those seeds.
That
Absolutely.
so
part.
some
And
so
I always
sometimes I
thought that
will.
was a conspiracy where they said don't grow your fruit and everything from seed as to them just trying to sell stuff because once you grow it from seed, it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been trying to get us away from ownership for a very long time when it comes down to movies because people stream now, music as well. So all of these things are combined to where we lose an ownership. And that's what we're not trying to do.
Right,
We're trying to have what we put in there, we want it back. So that is,
right,
you grow your own tomatoes and now you don't have to buy the seeds anymore. So sometimes with some of these pepper seeds that I've bought, I've spent a little bit extra cash on, maybe even double or triple what you might get a just a normal jalapeno. But I know that this is mine, and once I produce it, I have access to it until, you know, I don't want to grow it anymore. And then I can
right,
create my own varieties, making my own F1, my own hybrid and stuff like that. So ownership is very important. And that's another thing that this conversation actually gives you examples of is, get
right. And
get
they
it.
will tell you
You know?
don't grow like an apple tree from seed because it's not going to taste the same as that apple that you ate it out of. It's not going to look the same as the apple. But guess what? It's going to be an apple.
It's
It
gonna be
ain't going to
better, in
be
my
that
opinion.
apple that they trying to get you to buy, but it's going to be an
Mm-hmm.
apple from an apple tree that's going to produce another apple tree. I'm just saying that always irritated me for them to be saying
Mhm.
don't grow from a seed. When if you want to spend time to do that, then that's going to be your enjoyment. A lot of people get enjoyment
Right.
from watching things grow for like that, like I do.
Well, yeah, they
Hmm.
always say,
For sure.
like,
Same,
they always
same.
say, like, oh, it's gonna be 4 years, it's gonna be 5 years. Well, who cares? You're not doing anything.
And sometimes
The
it don't
tree's
even take
growing,
4 or 5. It
right?
only takes two, if that.
And that time goes fast.
Things start out small. The fruit will start out small. It has to develop over the years and help get established before you get big fruit.
Yeah, people always say, "Oh, don't try to grow your own trees because they take years to grow." Well, that's who cares? And then at the end of it, you have generations of trees, which is nice. Yeah, they're always trying to con us with that stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. I just do it just because it'd be cool to see some of that stuff just grow. And
Right.
now I understand that we can use a lot of those leaves from these plants that we're actually growing as well. I thought it was
Right.
just
Mm-hmm.
the actual fruit, but as Miss Linda would say, the lanyap, I think that's what she said. But
Mhm.
yeah, you get you get two sources. And hey there, Miss T with the T. I
It
seen a
is
couple of
more
other
than
people
that
that came in.
because you can use the bark, the leaves, the flowers, every part of the plant. Anything it produces can be used in a tea, not just the leaves, the bark, the flower. It's just what you're willing to sacrifice off of that plant.
Right. Yeah, we're in the
Well,
age of information, so we can find and research a lot of these things as far as the uses. Hey there, CC. Go ahead.
see, now I think about it, that's what actually got me into indoor gardening. Is I would go to the grocery store. My favorite, I'm a pepper guy. I was a pepper guy before I started growing them, and I love Fresno peppers, and could never find them in the grocery store. They were always impossible to get. And so I literally took a Fresno I found from the grocery store, pulled the seeds out, and started growing my own Fresnos. And they grew beautifully. They were the exact same pepper. As Fresno is not a hybrid. Fresno is an heirloom pepper. So every
Mm-hmm.
seed I've ever gotten out of a Fresno pepper has grown me a beautiful Fresno plant. And then one pepper has like 100 seeds in it. So
Mm-hmm.
I had I had Ziploc
Right.
bags full. I thought I had the horrors of them. I had Ziploc bags full of Fresno pepper seed, and I eventually started just giving them away. Here's a bag, here's a bag, here's a bag of pepper seeds. But yeah, that's what got me into
Right.
before the pandemic. I was growing my own Fresnos inside, and then my wife says, "Well, why don't you try growing some of these?" I think she saw a video or something with someone's growing microdwarfs, and so that's when I took off.
I
Yep.
started with the banana sweet pepper because that pepper was just so delicious to me. I got a whole bunch of those seeds because of that pepper.
My
Oh
first
man,
was a honeydew melon. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, it was. I was scared. I was scared to eat it. Same thing with the watermelon. My first watermelon was probably like 10 years ago. It got about this big. Like I'm not eating that. What's wrong with this thing? And the second time that I grew it, it was the same thing. It was just real small. I was like, I gotta at least crack it open and look at it. And it smelled
Yep.
so sweet, but I was scared to eat it. And a lot of us, we've grown foods and we're scared to eat it, and it's because our brains have been trained to see,
Right.
okay,
Mhm.
we get it from the grocery store. And it's like, no, yeah.
Right.
So we're getting better at recognizing that
That
we
part.
should produce more of the stuff that we consume.
well,
Because
this summer I
heirloom
learned that
tomatoes is looking for me for a good loop. I was looking at them tomatoes like, oh no, who finna eat that? What is that? Why it gotta look like that?
all catfish, catfish, and I found out
Yeah,
the catfish are the tastiest ones.
I am
yeah.
not messing with those.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But it just
those
takes getting
catfish tomatoes
used
are
to.
delicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, this summer I learned that green uh, squash, like the green, they're not fully developed acorn squash, are delicious. I use them, cook them savory. I cook them in stir fry. They're great. I was like, because I was running out of time. The weather started getting cold, and I had squash still on the vine that I knew wouldn't fully develop, and it was delicious.
Mm.
And pretty much all vegetables are like that. When you're growing, you
Right.
should actually check it at every stage of growth, as in tasting
Mhm.
it from the smallest to the largest to see when you like to eat it versus waiting until it gets big enough to where it looks funny
Right.
because it might be
Yeah,
Mm.
overdone.
especially
Everybody's
like
taste
tomatoes.
buds.
I learned that with kohlrabi. I let
Mhm.
it grow too long. Oh, it was so woody. And then the next,
Yeah,
oh, and then the next
because
time
you
I
want it to
see,
get bigger.
yeah, but I didn't understand until one day I was cleaning up. The system had, I just looked over here and I see that my plants that I started about 4 days ago, they're sprouted now. So wow, that was a nice surprise to look over there. But I had got a kohlrabi that was about this big, and talking to Mike, he texted me. He was like, "Hey man, throw that mug on the grill." So we threw it on the grill, and yeah, that mug was busting.
Right?
Yeah.
Now,
Hello,
I will
Sylvia
say
R.
on I will say on
Go
the
ahead,
flip
bro.
side, if it wasn't for me growing my own, I probably wouldn't tried a couple things. So namely like fennel, I never would have ate that had I not grown it myself. I never would have ate some of these kale varieties that I'm growing that I like now. And cauliflower. I used to hate cauliflower. Now I love it.
Wow.
Mm, mm,
Wow. Who knew?
Hmm.
That's what's up there. And that's why I want to try Brussels sprouts. I really do not like Brussels sprouts. That's one of those vegetables
Same.
where it's like I would just, chew on a penny. So I really want to grow the regular Brussels sprouts and the purple Brussels sprouts. So eventually I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I want to produce my own um what's it artichoke.
Like,
Artichoke.
yeah.
Those are
Yeah,
like my goals for
yeah.
this year is
Now those get
artichoke and
huge
Brussels.
artichoke plants.
They have them at the little park over here. When I used to do my little walks over there, and one of the maintenance guy, he's like, "Why don't you just take it?" I was like, "What?" Like, man, no, because I didn't. Somebody
That
put some
thing is
effort in there. I
too
was like,
big.
"You ain't
Yeah.
gonna get me for stealing? What? No, dog."
Right,
Mm-mm.
right.
But it was nice. It was nice, and I seen them when they put it out, and then they have a greenhouse over here in Alaska. Oh, there's a little section where they have the municipality greenhouse, and they have like I did a video on it, but they have like banana trees now. They have figs that are 15 feet
Oh
tall,
wow.
and I'm like, wow. And they built this glass structure. They have
Oh,
heat going
nice.
through it and whatever. And but they only have a little bit of food. Everything else is like cactus and these exotic like flowers and some of the cool bonsai stuff. So it's really cool if you just take the time and just see what all is there. But yeah, they gave me a lot of inspiration going there, and that's where they start all those seeds that they put out in just these community gardens that they have. They We have anchor gardens or something like that, and they go to different neighborhoods and they just plant stuff, and it's pretty cool. That's part of their master gardener program. So you get a little free labor with it too. So yeah.
Hmm.
GT, are you part of the Master Gardener program?
No, mm-mm. I
Why you say it like that?
I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm gonna
I
tell
think
you.
it
I'm gonna
is
be
though a
honest
big.
with you. Huh?
I think it is though a big commitment.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And
Hey,
some of the
Lala.
knowledge. What's up with you, Lala?
Is that
Some
me?
of the knowledge I would like to build my own curriculum as far as what I think a master garden should know. And I've been looking at it a little bit, but only a little bit. But yeah, I think it's a great program to learn different things about gardening, and I would like to create my own one day. Hey,
Me
we
too.
gonna get our money's worth on the stream yard, just to let y'all know. This mug won no $2 in there, so I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna be going live because I'm trying to pay for this. So by the end of 2026, I will be monetized. So I'm just letting you
I
know.
know that's right.
Um,
All right.
I got to get my money back. No, I
I
got to.
know that's right.
My return on investment got to be there some kind of way. So yeah.
I was just
Absolutely.
gonna send you the chat. There was a discussion about snow peas and snap peas. I used to hate peas as a kid, but when I discovered Chinese food, they had the snow peas. I
Hmm.
loved them, and so I've been growing the Oregon Giants snow peas uh, for the last like 2 years, and they're just absolutely delicious.
Mm.
I have a big pack of those that I bought in like 2017. I don't know where I put them at. I got some old seeds. I'm talking about I used to be
Oh,
at
see, well,
these little garden centers and just be just in awe. Yeah, I tried the garden tape for carrots or whatever. That was my first like, oh my goodness, this is so easy. So the experiences, I've definitely paid my dues for it. Yeah. So what made you start hydroponics? Mike.
that was like so that was it. That was my story. I think my wife found. She's like, "What the heck is this thing?" She was showing me a picture or something on Amazon, and it looked like a
Hmm.
spaceship to me. And I was like, "I don't know." And it was a it was a hydroponic system that had no light, no pump. It was just like a canoe, and
Oh,
it looked so weird, but it was like on sale really cheap. So I bought it. It was like, well, cheap at the time for a hydroponic unit, which were running like 300, $400 or whatever. This thing was
yeah.
like $30, and so I figured, well, $30, I'll
Mm-hmm.
try it. And
Mm-hmm.
I bought one of those ball blanks, the metal kind of like hoop thing around it, and you screw the light bulb into it. I put that over it, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
was growing, I was growing food. I was growing tomatoes. I was like, wow, this is crazy, and didn't realize that there were better systems out there. I started started buying systems. Whenever I saw one on sale, and I learned. So like now I can look at a system specs and say, well, that's going to be a garbage system. That's going to be a great system. But back in the day, it was new to, so didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I fell
Yeah.
for some things. I fell for some systems that were, they would die within a month. And then because I couldn't afford, because I'm
Yep.
not the richest man in the world, so I couldn't afford like Aero Gardens were like $600 at the time,
Right.
and that was crazy. And I was like,
That's what I was
and so I
going
kind
through,
of
them price tags. Like,
right. So
wait a minute.
I learned like, I can make my own, and so I started making my own systems for pennies on the dollar, and was growing beautiful food. And then eventually, of course, Aero Garden started getting smart, and they started having sales for like the bounty system would be like $100 or whatever. And I'm like, well, that's fine. I'll buy
Right.
that. But now I don't even buy. I don't even pay that much for my systems. Like I said, I'll take a old empty Yoo-hoo bottle and stick a sponge and a basket in it. They're the same size holes as an Aero Garden, and put some fluid, put some plant food in it, water, and just stick it underneath my shelf that has a LED shop light on it, and then grow a beautiful plant.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Ro or
How'd
G
you get
Mama?
into it, G Mama?
Hmm?
Go ahead, G Mama.
I don't. What was the question?
How did
What
you get
made you
into
get
it?
into hydroponics?
Oh, what made me get into hydroponics?
What influenced you? What, like, what was your like first
Yeah,
initial jumping in and stuff?
curiosity because I'm one of those people that like doing research and sciencey things with different plants and seeds and seeing what they could do. And when I started looking into gardening, they said, well, deep water culture is the hardest thing you can do. If you can do that, you can grow anything. So, yeah, that's how I started. I said, well, if I can learn this deep water culture, I can grow something. And that's
Mhm.
how I started. I started making my own buckets because they were only selling the 5 gallon buckets everywhere I went. It was like, I can't carry no, well, I could carry it, but I choose not to
Right.
stress myself
Right.
Mm-hmm.
out. So I made my deep water culture out of 3 gallon buckets and the totes that were like the long totes. I forgot what they was called, but they was long totes, but they were almost like a shoebox.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I was
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I started off
yeah,
with.
that's what I was making my
Yeah.
stuff out of. And then as I started to move around, my apartment size kept shrinking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't fit this in here no more. And my grow tent wouldn't fit in this room. So that's what made me condense down to the plant stands and the towers that I use now because vertical and small space is all I can do now versus having buckets and everything like I used to have. I'll get back there though.
Mm-hmm. I could dig
Nice.
it. I can dig it.
Yeah. Well, I think I ended up getting started because I was already into houseplants. And years and years ago, I used to manage a houseplant store. So I was already into houseplants. But then, I don't know, whatever, maybe 15 years ago or so, I started buying lights for those houseplants. And before long, whatever the algorithm is, even back then, it started showing me stuff for Arrow Garden. And I bought my first Arrow Garden, and that was the beginning of the end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
Well,
Grow was my first
My
I think Grow
first
was the first one
hydroponic was
with
a click and grow.
mm. What you
yeah, I
say
think
now, Mike?
I think Rose videos was the very first hydroponics channel I ever saw.
Oh, no kidding.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So I was like, oh,
I
this
don't
is neat.
even. I don't remember the first video I saw or anything like that. I remember they had the Arrow Garden on Facebook Marketplace, and that was my first one. And I grew. What's the? It's one of those greens that keep on coming back, no matter what you do. It just and it's Malabar spinach.
Mm.
Mm,
Wow,
Oh.
like 6 years ago,
that's like
and I was
okra.
just
It's got that sneezy
it's
stuff in it.
it, okra can be pleasant. Malabar, I just didn't care for it. I'm talking about it was
I don't
bitter.
need
It was
it's too mucilaginous.
Yeah, I don't like it, but
oh, that's the
Really?
big
Which one
word.
did you grow the green or the red?
I grew the nasty one. I don't remember. It was nasty. That I'm telling you, like, and it kept producing seeds. And I remember we was living in our apartment. Well, it was a duplex, and on the little table, because we had too many tables, and so I had a table there, and I had my arrow garden there, and I paid. I got a dandelion flower right here. Oh my goodness, this is I ain't been in here in a day. Oh man, so I had the arrow garden there, and I was just so happy that I had it. The water was running, everything was working as far as I knew, and I only paid a little bit of money for it. And like Mike was saying, they were like $500 for an arrow garden, so I thought I was doing good. And then I forgot where I seen it. I seen somebody build one out of 5 gallon bucket, and I was like, "Are you serious? I can
right.
build this with
Yep.
less than $10? What?"
Yep.
And I was confused. I was like, so why aren't more people doing this? And I just started building. I
Hmm.
then I would go and look at different, channels, and they would do a different introduction of clone of a cloner, how to make your own cloner. And I'm like,
Right.
what? So it was all these interpretations of the possibilities, and it was like, so why are people not doing this? You know? And my first taste
Hmm.
of just expensive things or things that can actually give me something was off of Facebook Marketplace. But now I'm a little bit more bougie. So any type of
That
machinery that
part.
I need, I buy it straight from the dealer. I do not because
Yes.
it's $40. It's $40 for me to buy this system or the click and grow that G Mama has. It costs it's a little bit more, but it's gonna work. You ain't gotta worry about you in the middle of your tomatoes growing and it breaks. But
Hmm.
Right.
I'm there now. I'm there now. But before I get it how I live. But now I have more
Right.
access to cash. So
Right.
that was the thing. And then I seen how fast the plants will grow. And it was so fast. Like I can use, you know, like this right here. I learned this from Kane Star. Kane Star, he'll take one of these little fuzzy things right here
Love his
and he'll
channel.
he'll cut the top off and he'll grow a plant in there, a pepper plant. And that's what I did. I grew it's some kind of red pepper. I don't remember, but I was like, how in the world? I mean, the plant was about this
I
big,
started
and
growing
it had
everything.
three beautiful peppers on it, and I was feeding it
Hmm.
hydroponics through the bottom, and I was like, I can't be stopped, and that's
That
exactly how
part,
I felt.
especially when you
It's like
add
a
the air
You
stones.
can't
superpower.
stop me. I've grown peppers, tomatoes. I just found out what a tomatillo tastes like. Now I've had it in sauces and stuff like that, but I've never harvested a tomatillo and ate it. I
Oh
bought one
wow.
from one of the stores or whatever, and got the plant or whatever. They had it on sale because they didn't water it correctly, so they put them on 50%. So I got that. I got some lemongrass and something else. I was like, hey, I'm gonna take care of you. So I took care of them, and then that tomatillo was kind of sticky. I was like, no, I don't think it's ready. But the tomatillo, that was, I'm like, why am I eating tomatoes? Like, it is so good. It has great flavor. It is sweet. Like, I was amazed. I truly was amazed.
Make great salsa too.
Mhm.
I am going to dive into this mug. I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna do a lot of growing. And we could speak to people. Hey there, Miss Red.
Sifting some soil. Did I speak for you?
What's up with you,
Hey,
Mona?
Mona.
Yeah, it's a lot of people in here. We're um Unique's Garden. Hey there, and we're just getting
Haven't spoken
familiar with
in a bit.
everybody. Miss J.K. Gardner. This
DC.
is our first time doing a live like this, so we're
Okay.
we're getting everybody to see that we're real people. We ain't had access to cash to what we got to do it the way we get
No.
it, and we learned and we had
Right.
failures and stuff, and now we you know we drink with our pinky out or we stick our tongue out. Ain't that what they say over there? Hands in the dirt. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know,
Right. Right.
yeah. So um,
Yeah, clone. Actually, cloning was what clicked for me in the light bulb when I saw a cloning channel, and I'm like, I saw this person. They were like cloning. I don't remember what it was. It was like something simple like basil or whatever, and using cloning collars and had all these fancy meters and stuff like that. And then he talked about how he would grow the plant to a certain size, but then he would take it outside. And I'm like, that's a beautiful plant. Why don't you just keep it where it's at and pick the leaves off and use it? So that's what So
Mhm.
a lot of people. That's another reason why the WIG 2025 is so great is because a lot of us gardeners will propagate our plants inside and not, and then just take it outside, and not think about it. Well, you could have kept that plant in the same setup that you were propagating it in, and grow you a full size plant and enjoy the fruit.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But
yes.
it just doesn't click. It takes it has to click for people in their brains to go like, oh yeah,
Right.
I've been doing this. I've been an indoor gardener. I've 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 cloned my basil and my mints and my house plants. If you grow a house plant, you can grow food inside. Just that easy. And people don't believe it. They think I'm like trying to fool them, like I'm lying to them. Like I know,
And
like Miss
indoor
Shirley.
propagation should be a little more easier than propagating outside. But
Right.
indoors, you just got to remember not to overwater and over put too much light, especially when you're propagating.
Yeah, that's why I was telling Miss Shirley because she grows tons of beautiful house plants. I'm like, you can definitely grow inside. There don't no need to be scared. She said she was
Right.
afraid to get started. There's absolutely zero reason for her to worry about it. She'll do wonderful.
She said
Take all
she
those
was
And
techniques
scared.
you use. Oh yeah,
What?
take those techniques and get growing.
Hmm.
mhm. And the majority of the lights are LEDs now, so you don't have to worry about burning your plants.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Before, when people were using the regular light bulbs, the incandescent light bulbs, and just light that was not geared towards plant, they were always burning their plants. But as long as the light says LED, it should pretty much grow a plant.
I s- these
Well,
is one. This is one of the first lights that I started off with right here.
Mhm.
I was like,
Yep,
I'm gonna
I
grow a
still got some
lot of
of those
stuff.
too.
I'm like, really?
And I still use them. Look, I
I'm
still
I'm
got
putting mines
these.
up here. I'm putting mines up here so I can have more light right here, and I'm gonna put a couple of hydroponic units right here. It's
no,
the
Mhm.
possibilities are endless. Just do the research on which
oh,
spectrum of light you need, and you can grow. I mean, the shop lights that they have at Wally World, those can get you some places. Mike is a attest can attest to that, right, Mike?
yeah. Last year I had a they had a black the Menards, the big box store that's near me. They had a shop lights. You get two 5500 Kelvin, uh, K shop lights for $10. Two of them, so it's $5 each. That's what I have in my
Hmm.
my
That's
my fig
good.
tower. That's what's growing my figs. So it's cost me $10 to put on either side of my fig tower. So yeah,
Yes.
look for a deal
And
as
they
long as it's
last
a
for a
certain amount
while.
of. Oh yeah, as long as it's a certain amount of lumens. You want the 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 lumens is how bright it is. So you want 5500 or brighter lumens. That's how bright it is. The kelvins is the color temperature. So like go from the blue range to the red range, and you want the middle, which is like so I get technical like Gmod. You want the the daylight. You want to imitate the sun. Let's keep it simple. You just
Right.
want to pretend that you're the sun, and that's around 3,500 Kelvin. Between
Right.
3,500 and
And be
5,500
careful with
Kelvin.
some of those cheaper grow lights because they don't really grow like they don't have the spectrum of light. A lot
Right.
of them will say that they have a certain spectrum, but they don't. And the only way you're going to know that is to read the numbers. And if it says full spectrum, if it does not say full spectrum, that just means it's a regular grow light and it's missing either yellow or red, or it's missing something because it does not
Yellow,
say full
red, blue.
spectrum. But with the
Right.
full spectrum, you can also grow tomatoes and peppers, things that fruit. If you do not have a full spectrum, that's when you will not see fruiting plants because they require a certain spectrum of light in order to fruit.
For an example, this right here, this says 400 nanometers, 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. Nanometers is the spectrum of light, and on the back it actually shows you on this graph that the red is more present than it is with the blue and the green. So this lets you know that this type of grow light specifically can produce more fruiting opportunities versus one that has a spectrum that's more balanced to where there's you know upward on the blue and the green as well as on the red. So yes, you have to. There's spectrum of lights that you can pay attention to get the results that you want.
If you want to be technical, if you want to be G Mama and have the beautiful, brilliant science mind, and like I know Rose on that kind of more on that side too, where
Thinking.
she's technical and neat and clean and has a beautiful setup. Or you can be like me, just get a shop light, zip tie it to the top of your shelf, a wire, cheap wire shelf, and put some plants underneath it and just grow. That's
Right.
what I do. I'm the chaotic one. So you can either follow my example and can be a mess, but you might succeed and do some things, or you can follow the two people on the bottom of the screen here and do professionally. But the the
And
the, the
hydroponics
bottom
can
line is
take
don't be shy.
you
Just
down any kind of
try it.
tunnel you want to go, from the lighting
Yeah,
to the fertilizer to the type of pots that you want to use to, if you don't want to use pots, if you want to build your own, to you can go down a rabbit tunnel. Just make
right.
sure that you're down there, you're doing your due diligence, because you can also get boofed if you know what getting boofed is. But yeah, you can get some stuff that's not really what it says it's supposed to be because you're excited and trying to hurry up versus taking your time and actually researching the product.
Like the first what's that called? The pins that you get. My first like five, they would
Mm,
they were trash. The yellow and black, oh, they were trash. I
Yeah, that's what
used
I
them two
keep telling
times
people. You're not gonna believe it
and it
until
would
it
stop
start working
working.
on
And
you,
I'm
and you
like, what did I
like,
do? I'm talking. They was like, well, you got to put the solution, and I was like, I do have the solution. And after a while, it started to corrode around the top. I wiped that off, and it still wasn't working correctly. And then
that's those.
the blue lab was way too much. It was like $300 for that pen. I'm like, I can't
Oh, they got
afford that.
some better now. They got a whole lot of them now. They got competition, I should say.
I I yeah. I've spent some money on some stuff, but I no.
Hmm.
This one served me perfect. I have not even had to use it. I still have product. Um, but as I move into the bigger, like the melons and stuff, I'm going to be checking it a lot more because I want. I want to harvest. I want in this house, I want to produce a melon and melons. So I want to have it consistently as well. So I'm gonna have to monitor it a little bit differently.
Hmm.
I miss
Okay,
something.
let's see who's all in the chat. So Diva, man, we still got over 60 people
Dave
in the chat.
Busby.
Who?
So I keep looking
Wait,
behind, but
Webster
all
said
of
she
y'all
ain't
equal
never
percentage.
tried hydroponics. How is that possible? Not even
Wow.
a mason jar, cracky style, like nothing.
I know a lot of people will take the pineapple tops. That's hydroponics, people. That's cracky method. If you take a pineapple top and you stick it in a jar of water and you have it outside or inside, that's hydroponics.
That and those what is they sprouting in the water too?
Sweet potato.
Uh yeah,
Sweet
the sweet
potatoes, switch.
potatoes.
Yep. Yep.
I'm looking
What are those
right at
house
it. Why
plants
I
that?
can't say it? Avocados. Where
Right,
they put the
Yep.
avocados.
seeds hovering over the
I
water.
yep.
Yeah, isn't there
The
house? There's some
indirect.
house plants that propagate in water too. They're not a spider plant, but it's something that looks like that that you grow in the water.
Oh, are you talking about a pothos?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's all the
Yeah,
same.
it's different one. Yes, but that's not a setup.
And if
Yeah,
y'all
it's
have
an
any questions,
introduction.
go ahead. If
Oh,
y'all have
sorry,
any
I was reading
questions,
the chat.
Hey,
you
bro,
good.
can you answer
If
Soul Diva? Because Ro's an expert on finding these type of seeds.
Am I what?
You're an expert at answering about micro dwarf seeds. Soul Diva had a question about it at
Oh, I missed
8
it.
p.m.
She said, "What are some seed companies that sell dwarf tomatoes and cucumbers?"
Um, Baker Creek has a couple, like a couple packs maybe. Mostly you're gonna find them on Etsy if you want to get them in the U.S. Renaissance Farms sells quite a few of them. Woodland Creation sells quite a few of the micro dwarfs and the smaller cucumbers that you would want to grow indoors in hydroponics. Um, Miss Renee's Garden, I think it's called. She has a few. Bunny Hop Seeds sells a lot. They actually uh, breed a lot of different ones. So she has a whole new variety coming out later on next year of micro door tomatoes that she developed on her own over the years, and they'll be finally stable enough for sale. But there's a bunch of places. You just gotta look around.
I
Yes,
have
yes,
never
yes.
grown a micro dwarf. I've grown the little yellow um one that they have from Baker Creek, and I loved it. The flavor and everything. It was pretty good, you know. But I do want to get one of those micro dwarfs, really. So
I
Hmm.
have
hopefully
my
somebody was
best.
taking notes in the chat so that they can write it down,
Yes.
do me a solid. Yeah. Go ahead, Ro. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I have my best micro dwarf tomato was it last year? No, year before last. And it was the candy berry. And I'm going to try to grow that indoors this year because I find that the flavor can be different growing them indoors hydroponically as opposed to growing them outdoors, in the sun with the heat and, the natural swelling and
Yes.
decreasing process and all of that stuff, converting the sugars and not whatever. But so I'm hoping to get those seeds started. If they turn out great, I will make sure to send you some, GT, so you can taste like the cream of the crop, or at
There
least
we
what I
go.
consider
Sound
the
good to
cream
Okay.
of the
me.
crop.
Yep.
Because we trying to
Sign
do
me
top
up.
tier around here.
Yeah. And we're not in any way saying that the sun is like some of us really enjoy growing. And when
Yes.
times when it's like 30 degrees outside, and it was a week ago, it was like 7, 12, 16, and stuff like that. And it would be more challenging for me to grow, but I love to see, that seed sprout and you see those leaves and you know that hey, I might be able to see something pretty, Like Ro had dropped some stock seeds for her WIG, I believe, and it's a pretty flower. The same with the coxcomb. Cox. I don't want to say the word. I don't know how to say it right, but
Coxcomb.
it's a beautiful that word. It's a beautiful flower. I just don't like the name
Right.
because I can't say it right. But and then okra. So there's the possibilities are endless. And when we can't have the beauty of the sun, the indoor option has been great for me. I love it. I mean, and then the lights. It's like when I come in, it's almost like a permanent a smile just immediately jumps up, and it's because maybe the
Oh,
lights are just it just excites me. It's like yeah, and then just like right now, I did a live like 2 3 days ago, and I told y'all that um my dandelion that I took from outside, I brought it inside, and I said it got a little seed head on it or whatever. So now it's yellow. So I know I'm gonna have some seeds, and I know I can harvest the
Mhm.
stuff like that. So it's
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah, my wife grew the purple coxcomb inside her in her office. That's how I got her to kind of accept hydroponics or whatever. She's like, I don't want any of that noise and that running stuff in my office. And she grew a coxcomb plant, and it was beautiful. Go ahead,
hmm
Jimo.
I would just wanted to say about growing indoors and completing going through harvest. A lot of, I would say, well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but you should do your research, especially when we were talking about the hand pollination of the seeds and everything, because if you are growing, let's say the parthenogenic. Some of them are F1s and F2s, which are hybrid, and that just means that they are from two different plants. So you don't want to save those seeds in order to pass them around, but you can still grow those seeds. But if you're growing one that does not, it's a seedless variety, and you're growing something else that does have seeds in that same family, then it will probably end up making your seedless variety have seeds because of that fact. But it will produce either whatever you're growing, but it won't produce the exact variety. You'll probably get a different, I'm just going to say cucumbers because that's what I'm growing. If I was to grow a seedless variety and one that has seeds, my seedless variety would have two different types should I decide to germinate those seeds. Hey,
okay.
kitty.
It's Penny.
Hey, Penny.
Oh, look at that face.
Hmm.
Well, I can
I
train my
forgot what I was
squirrels to
gonna
do
say.
that. Nice.
Yeah,
I
just
forgot what I
knowing
was gonna
what you're
say.
growing and what you're going to do with your harvest when you get done, because you can harvest in 30 days, 60 days, things like that. So the grow is going to be growing for 4 months. So you'll have plenty of time to get in a harvest. So just know what you want to do with your harvest and how you want to process it also.
Yeah, and this isn't about perfection. This is just about, like I said, diving in, uh, showing yourself that you can do it. Have
Hmm.
fun. It should be fun. Don't do it if you think it's going to be a job. It's just like outside garden. You
Right,
know, enjoy it. And as far as GC
right.
Junior talking about the grow lights, I have that seasonal affective disorder. It's called, some people call it SAD over the winter time, where
Yeah.
you get the winter
Yeah.
blues because I won't see the sun. Like right now, it gets dark here at 4 o'clock. I work from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So I wake up, I sleep from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. I will not see the sun all winter long.
Right.
Mm.
Mm.
And I got really super sick. I nearly died because I had a lack of vitamin D.
Wow.
I didn't know it. I
Yeah,
was just
that's
like, I don't know what's
happened
wrong
to
with
me
me.
too.
I I
That's
had
scary.
yeah, I had MRIs done. I was like, I could barely walk. And a nurse said, well, you probably just don't get enough sun if you live in Minnesota. I started taking vitamin
Mm.
D. I was perfectly fine, like within a week later. So
Yeah.
my grow lights are all full. Like every light in my house is a full spectrum light because most LED lights are now, especially if you get a daylight
Hmm
LED bulb, that's a full spectrum bulb. And so I've not had any problems since. But like GT Junior says, I walk into my man cave here where I got my TV, my video games, and all my plants, and I don't get the winter blues because all those lights bring that full spectrum light on me and on my skin, and it makes a huge difference. So if you suffer from that, and I used to have to buy one of those lamps that you'd have to sit underneath to get the full spectrum lighting or whatever. I don't have to use that anymore. I just go into my grow room, and it's great.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Hello, Urban
I,
Gardening Chronicle.
what's up, Urban?
Yeah,
I've dedicated my whole garage for the last 6 years, 7 years to growing food. So I've been serious. My wife, she asks questions about stuff, and I'm like, well, baby, I pay a little bit more money on when we were staying in the duplex on the rent. Now it's mortgage, so I pay a little extra, but this is my space. We don't have conversations about cars coming in here. This is my grow garage. So um, it can be very rewarding if you just put in the time.
Hmm.
It's small of the space, a two by two can produce some things, especially if you're doing it in hydroponics because it grows fast. And vertical is a lot of it saves a lot of space. Yes, you can get some things accomplished with that. Hello, just gifted.
And growing different varieties. This is the time that I take and test different lettuces. And right now, I'm to the point where I like the mixes versus having one like Little Gym or whatever. I like the
Hmm.
mixed varieties because it's a lot of different um, textures for one. Because a lot of these lettuces I'm growing, I'm like, is this even lettuce? And it be good.
Yeah.
Like you never know until you grow it. The mixed gourmet lettuces. I'm thinking. I don't know if it's because they frilly or got the curls, but I'm liking more curly vegetables than just the flat leaf vegetables now.
like 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 my son, he was like, red carrots, dad, and I was like, yeah. So it's really an eye opener when you have access to the seeds that give you all of these different colors. My
Right.
right.
cousin, my little cousin, he came up here last year and the year before, and he's never had a strawberry or anything out of the garden. So he was really like, no, I'm not eating that. What? He couldn't fathom the fact that this came out of my yard, you know. And then I
Right.
gave him a stevia leaf. I gave my other cousin, I
Right.
think
The
it was
stevia is
lemon
what get
balm or whatever.
everybody.
And they didn't like. They was like, "Can I have some more?" And they had tore my tree off. Oh, I accidentally did it. No, you didn't. I know you
Right.
didn't. And it's okay. But I tell them, you just gotta ask. Okay, it's okay. But it
Mhm.
was real cool. And then when he came back the second year, he was like, "You got some more of that? What did he called it? Sweet." He said, "You got some of that sweet leaf again?" I said, "The stevia,
Mhm.
yeah." So it was pretty cool to just have that involvement and him having one of the sweetest strawberries he ever had. I finally got him to eat one, and he was like, he turned around because I was like, you ain't got to wash it off because I didn't. And so he turned around, washed it off so I couldn't see or whatever, and then he bit it or whatever. He was like, and yeah, so it's real cool to share this experience. People that ride by my house, you know, they'll stop. What you
Um,
got going? I got no purple
Yeah.
potatoes. So it's real cool. Purple potatoes? Yeah. Where you get those? At the stove. So it's real cool to it's not many people that live on this street that grow food or grow anything. My neighbor, he brought me some carrots. He brought me a big satchel of carrots or whatever. And
Mhm.
as this harvest goes along, I'm gonna, give him some stuff. And if you go to the grocery store, you only see like two or three different types of lettuce, but we have 20 to 30 different varieties because we're seed addicts.
Right.
So,
And they're
we've
good.
said that we've seed addicts. So, it the varieties are really keep your your interest going. So you're not having the same thing. So you can experiment with so many other
Hmm.
things. So it's beautiful. I
I've been
love this
taking my time.
transition of hobbies. I don't. I used to go
Hmm.
clubbing and all that type of stuff, and then my son came along, and then I started growing food, and this is more productive hobby, and it
Right.
feeds my family. So I love it. I
Hmm.
love it. Get with it, y'all. I'm
Me too.
telling you.
Exactly. It's a cool. It's a cool story. Is the garden community taught me that. I started painting. Digging and doing research, and I learned that orange carrots are not the original carrot. We've been bamboozled.
Mhm.
We're thinking that carrots are
Right.
orange. Carrots were all multicolored. It was just a king or his wife, I think it was the queen, decided she only liked the orange carrots, and so he made it
Right.
like a law that in England you could only grow orange carrots. So what kind of foolishness
Mhm.
is this? So yeah, you growing up, spend your whole life thinking that a carrot is orange, and you find out that they're purple, they're yellow, they're all kinds of colors, black carrots, and so
Hmm.
of course you start falling down the rabbit hole, and so I of course bought every type of carrot under the sun, and I love it. They all taste like carrots, by the way. Some are a little bit
Mhm.
sweeter than the others. I
Hmm.
find like purple carrots are a little bit sweeter, but they're messy. Like that's one thing I will say is if you buy purple carrots or black carrots, they will stain the mess out of anything you put it on because they have that anthocyanin deep color and they'll stain your fingers and stuff purple. But they are
Yup.
delicious. But yeah, a lot of them is like that. Tomatoes are like that. Uh, Peppers are like that. There's a billion varieties that we've been taught like growing up that you should only eat a green bell pepper from the grocery store. If you're fancy, you'll get a red one. It's like no, it don't work that way. There's
Mhm.
a million of them.
Mhm.
Miss Georgia Peachnet got a question in the chat. She says, "Okay, I just put my first hydroponics together. Do I keep the lights on or off until I see green? Also, I can't see the indicator that signals that my water is at its mix, at its max."
What
My fault.
what system did she get?
She don't say. But as far
Yeah,
as the light, it should be automatic. Once you plug it in, it'll automatically set itself unless you can set a timer on there. Some of them you can manually set the timer, and others they once you plug them in and turn them on, they start their own timer. So you would not have to do mess with the lights.
My light stays on, I think 20, no, 18 hours. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
16 to 18 hours, one of those two. I have
16,
mine on a
16 ounce.
timer. I always keep it on the timer. Then it's because I have more than one unit. Sometimes, it just doesn't. Sometimes I want the fan to stay on, so
Right.
that may not be on a timer or whatever. So, the water indicator, I have never bought a system with a water indicator. I have never got that bougie yet. I mean,
Yeah.
what's beautiful about it? You can walk past and you can know that your system is getting low because you can see that
Hmm.
indicator. So I've never had that experience yet. So
That's
I
also
don't
kind
know.
of bad because you'll be trying to keep it
Yeah,
full. And a lot of people I see try to keep it at the max line when you actually should let the water go down at least to the halfway point before you even fill or give it fertilizer, to which I do at the same time. But yeah, don't keep your hydroponics unit full to the max all the time because roots need to breathe at the top. There should be a little gap there for the roots to breathe,
especially with cracking.
just for future references.
Yeah, especially the cracking method. You need to let those air roots develop because that's how the plant breathes. Where the
Mhm.
moving water, the mechanism of the bubbles popping is what oxygenates the roots. Where in cracking
Mhm.
method, it has to breathe on its own, which is why I personally believe that they're a stronger plant. GT Junior.
Right. Either or.
He called me.
DT Junior
He
ain't
called
got
me
that
out.
courage yet to go cracky.
No, I haven't made it there, y'all. Um, and I know cracky is possible. I have grown the cracky before. It just now that I have electricity abundantly. I'm like, no, we're gonna always
That
oxygen. We're gonna always put that oxygen in there. Like I'm gonna
too. Yep.
in about 30 minutes, I'm gonna build me another hydroponic unit that I'm gonna start some seeds in. Y'all are gonna be there along with me, chat. So I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna be a airstone in there. I'm just now like see even the this right here. I'm gonna do that in hydroponics with no no air, but that's as far as I'm gonna go. I no, I'm just a little leery to that. No.
So to answer Peachut's question is, if I believe that system, the light bar does go pretty close to the deck. You want to have the light like 2 to 4 inches above whatever you're growing. It should be like everybody else is saying. It should be on a timer from when you start it. So the expensive systems you can program the time the lights to come on off and on. In that system, I believe the light runs 16 hours on, 8 hours off. From the time you plug the light in, it just keeps doing that cycle. So if, like, say you want to, it don't hurt to replug it back in. So if you want to reset your lights to come on at 4 p.m., just wait, just go there, unplug it, and then plug it back in, and then it'll set itself to always come on at 4 p.m. and run for 16 hours on, and then 8 hours off. So you kind of have to do math. So you have to decide, okay, well, I want to be able to sleep. If it's next to your bed, you don't want that light to come on during the 8 hours you're sleeping. So you got to figure that out and do that math. But yeah, the light,
Also,
go ahead, Jamal.
sorry. I
No,
was just gonna say also people buy timers separately, light timers that they apply to their units through a wall. And some seeds don't require light to germinate. I also think that's what she asking. It just depends on
Oh,
what you
yeah,
planted in there and knowing if the seeds require light. But typically, when you put the seeds in the hydroponic unit and you turn it on, the light is going to automatically come on to when you turn your unit on if it's not programmable.
You don't
okay.
want to miss that opportunity when the seed starts to
I'll
germinate,
start
when
some
it breaks
routines
that
in
seed barrier. You want it to have access to light,
and reach for
almost
that light.
immediately.
Strong.
Yes.
Right.
And it needs to
And
be
I do
short,
want
like Mike was talking about.
right. I do want to also say the reason why I like the Mufka 12 pot system is it goes almost touches the deck is because you get that heat off that light. So even though you don't technically need that light to germinate the seed, that heat will stimulate that seed to germinate faster. It's kind of like having a heat map from the top, and it'll make that. And then, like GT says, once that seed busts out, it's going to reach right for that light. And if that light's too high or too far away, it'll become leggy. And the Buffalo system, you'll never have a leggy plant. You see, look at that. That's an inch above the deck.
If
Where the
y'all
Aero
didn't see
Gardens will
that.
only go. My Aero Garden Harvest is starts off like 8 inches above the deck. So the Muffin system is actually better for germinating
Hmm.
seeds and starting plants because that light bar goes so low.
I made a bad purchase, y'all. Everything, everything that's on sale don't need to be bought. I'm gonna tell you that too. I'm serious.
did you
That
go to
I
part.
Becky?
bought this. Oh my goodness. Let me show y'all this real quick. Now it was a real good deal, but like I want to give it away. I'm gonna take it to the Salvation Army or something because the unit. This is what it is. Now it's nice. The pictures, show this right here. Shows how cool it is or whatever. And it was like $15. I was like, oh yes. The
Oh,
light
what?
starts off. Yes, the light starts off at 9 inches. It don't go any lower. It goes from 9 inches to like 15. It's like, really? So I can't bring the light
Yeah.
down any further. So basically, it's a transitional um hydroponic unit. And it's pretty cool because it has, you can grow it many different ways, but it almost wasn't worth my $15, to be honest.
Dang.
Yeah,
Right, the lights are too high on those.
Yes, and I
Mhm.
found that out. I was hooking it up for my one of my individuals. I bought two of them. I gave him one and I kept one, and then I was setting it up for him, and I was like, "You get this light don't go any lower." So yeah, I'm gonna have to give him one of my
Yeah, I
muffler.
don't like those
Yeah,
fixed
Does the
units.
base of that unit, is it separate from the light? Can you raise it closer to the light if you needed to?
I don't.
Because that might be an answer to that issue. If it can't, the light can't go any further down, then bring the base of the unit up if it's separated.
Well, like with the Aero Garden Harvest, the pump won't work if you have it off the thing.
I don't know,
Woo!
bro. I'm gonna have to look at it, but I for
That is a
some
good
reason
point.
I want to say no, it don't. But
It does.
that was that was one of those purchases where at the end of the day I was like, man, that's a stupid purchase. Then I think about what Forrest Gump said. He said, "Stupid is and stupid does." So I don't say it out loud. So
Yeah,
that made
that
me
It
unit
feel
would
some
still be
kind of
fine.
way.
Yeah, that unit would be still good for like lettuce and stuff like that. I don't think it'll be. I don't think it's that
Yes,
bad of a purchase. Herbs and stuff will be fine. Herbs don't care.
I just know access
and
to that light is going to be far away. That's 9 inches. That's yeah. That's
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that stuff will be leggy. Um,
Farmer
Peach has a
Chaz.
question about the stickers.
Yes.
Hmm?
Georgia Peach has
Yeah.
another question. She wants to know what the purpose of the stickers are for.
To stop algae from penetrating on the sponges as much, and so they get that direct sunlight right there. That's what I use them, and you can also label with them. So that's the way I use them. But all of us are going to have different experiences because we grow differently. We try different seeds. We push the envelope. I mean, we're all going to have different information. It's just like inside, when we grow outdoors. Some people's
Mhm.
experience is going to be different, and it just may be regional. It may be the seeds, the old seeds, the new seeds, the type of sponges that we use and stuff like that. But
Or not.
yeah,
Because I don't,
Rabbit.
I got away from it. I just, like it, once you start growing, you figure out what you want to grow in versus trying to grow in what everybody else is growing in. Because I was like Mike, I was looking at those arrow gardens, like I got to get me one of them. But after I started growing in those pods, I'm like, I don't know if this is for me because I was already growing in the click and grow, but the click and grow is almost like a what do you call them coffee machines? Them Keurigs where you just pop it in and
Yeah,
grow. Yeah, it's almost so it's a little wider base. I don't know if it was the thinner pod or just it not disintegrating
yeah.
when
They're
I
they're
planted
very they're
it.
very
But
very thin.
yeah, they kept getting
So plants will tend to
algae.
fall. Yeah, plants will fall over too. They have a very wide disc where algae can grow, and they are very shallow. So the plants, like every
Hmm.
person I saw use Click and Grow, their plants would fall out of it because the original ones had very shallow root systems, and there's no place for the roots to go because
Hmm.
it's got like a hole in the bottom of the cup.
Right,
It's got like a pencil-sized hole that the water goes up through, and so the
right.
roots have no real way of like growing deep. The roots just stay really shallow in that like 1 inch cup. So I've never understood that system.
So
Oh,
that's what
I
made
did
me
want to real
not want
quickly.
to do those pies. I
Yeah,
was like,
I
there
did want
has
to
got
answer.
to be something new or something better. And that's how I
Oh
discovered
yeah.
the clay pebbles. I'm like, wait, what are those? And you can do, yeah, you can sterilize them and use them over and over again. That's what I like about them.
We have a question in the chat about the stickers. I personally don't like the stickers for the reason that they're sticky, and so when your baby leggy plant will grow up, and sometimes will get stuck to that sticker.
on the on the
And
on the inside of it.
inside
You
of the
tear one of
sticker,
her
we got
leaves
peel
off.
sticker back, and yeah, tear a leaf off. So I personally, I use aluminum foil. I put aluminum foil over the top of the pot. I punch a hole in the center, and then when that plant grows, it's nothing to it to stick to, and and once it expands, that foil's weak, and it'll just push on out. It also keeps the top of the sponge covered so it doesn't attract the fungus gnats and things to it. So an answer to that. And also saw another question about let's see, where was it? I just saw it.
And Nicole Smith Garden. I'm growing the cabbage indoors as well. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I have 3 heads of cabbage that are growing currently right now. So yeah, you got it, Mike.
Yeah, the algae doesn't actually hurt the plant. It just competes for the nutrients. You want to feed just your plant, and with algae, you're feeding a different organism in that container, and so it'll rob nutrients from your plant. So it doesn't kill the plant, but it robs nutrients from the plant. So that's why you want to prevent the algae.
Right. I
If
see a
I
Oh,
question
aphids.
free,
from
So how do you deal with aphids in your indoor garden? I lost.
G
I
Mama,
took the L.
G Mama,
G Mama probably has a solution.
G
I took the
Mama.
loss.
so
I got rid of everything.
aphids. They also are soft-bodied flying insects. So you cannot use like diatomaceous earth or anything like that. You actually have to spray them to rid yourself of them. And I would not recommend using an oil base under grow lights because it affects your plants just like if you're outside.
Right.
So you can use a basic soapy water because soapy water will remove the insect and just clean up. Because if you're doing indoor gardening, then you're going to protect your surface area. So just a basic soapy water will do for the aphids and wipe the leaves down once you're done. Don't allow it to sit on the leaves.
And consistency is going to matter with that as well. One
Mhm.
application from my experience, one application with say like some alcohol, some rubbing alcohol and some Castile, no, this yeah, pure Castile soap, mixing these together with a whatever else you decide.
There
That
is a
first day, I say 2 to 3 days after that, you might have to reapply. You might have to actually wipe the leaves down because with grow lights, it hits differently. It really
right.
does.
They do. And there's a mixture base that you should use filtered water or distilled water, not faucet water. You want to use unchlorinated
Right.
water because of that fact also. Because those chemicals in that water will cause issues unless you have that perfect water. But being where I'm from, I don't trust no kind of water. Therefore, I use filtered water or I'll leave my water out, and that works perfectly fine. And it doesn't have to be left out that long, from 6 to 12 hours if you're in a hurry, or you can just leave it out overnight. That's what I do pretty much for all my water because I use a lot of water. And I can't be buying a lot. I just broke my distiller, so yeah, we use a lot of regular tap water, but we leave it out so that those gases and chemicals come off of that water.
Is that
Mary
shelf
Grow is
closing
being
closed,
closed
bro?
in.
Bro, is that? Did you just close the door on that shelf next to you?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Wow,
it's a
nice,
cabinet.
fancy. Oh,
Oh,
I was like, oh,
oh, yeah, I like it.
fancy. I need to up my game and get the fancy stuff.
Hmm.
I like things looking good.
Yeah,
Right,
she's looking like
right.
the Apple store. I'm looking like the dollar store.
Anyway,
Hey, where it grows with me.
oh, I
Hi,
use
Yeah,
Mary.
well
filtered
water is
water
not bad.
as well.
Well water isn't bad because it's got nutrients in it. You just might want to test the pH, a couple
Yeah,
times to make sure it's consistent. And you might want to check the parts per million to make sure that it's not too full of stuff and or metals. Like you probably have your water tested anyway. If you have well water, that report will tell you what's in that water. And
I'm
if
surprised
you
when
can, you
people
can
don't
drink it, your
test the
plant can drink
water
it.
that they drink. Like
Right.
testing your water is very important. You can't just trust that just because you've been drinking it all this time that it's been good. Like, okay,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't grown that gourmandized
that's
yet.
all I'm saying.
GT Junior loves it. GT Junior loves that. You like that
Huh?
tomato, right? That gourmandized tomato,
That
that
what
yellow
happened?
tomato.
Yeah,
Oh, they
I
were talking
like
about
it.
that gourmandized tomato. I haven't grown it yet. I got the seeds for it.
I
Yeah, I
But
never
like
even
it,
you
heard
but
of it actually.
didn't you send me
hmm,
those seeds, bro?
yeah, I did.
Yeah, they were from
Yeah.
Baker Creek.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's my
I
I'll
sent a
first
definitely
couple
be
time
people
growing.
those seeds.
hearing of it. I never even heard of that before.
I sent it to you, G Mama. It's a nice pepper. It's a nice tomato. It's small too. I liked it.
Hmm.
I gotta regrow the what is it called, the orange hat, because I ain't like it. And then Mike and somebody else was like, no, you're harvesting it too late or too early or something. So you know
It's true.
I
I
The
had
believe
the
it.
orange
orange
hat,
hat. It was
orange
like,
hat tomatoes. Well, the flavor changes on an orange hat tomato at different stages. The different color. Like everyone wants to pick it. As soon as they see it turn yellow, they think it's done. Orange hat tomatoes take a long time to get ripe,
yeah,
and
and
it's
they
got to be
do turn
like
orange on.
orange, right? Not yellow. Everyone picks some yellow and goes like, "Oh, I tried. Oh, it's bitter. It's sour. I don't like it." But if you wait and you get that orange one's like candy.
And
Now,
that's
I actually
another
like it in the
thing.
middle. I like it in that
Everybody's
mix.
taste buds is different. Like even with
Right.
lettuces and all of that, people say, "Oh, this tastes like water," or "That don't taste like this." It's your taste buds. Grow a different
Yeah.
variety. If you don't like that variety, try another variety. It's all in your taste buds. Just because I like cilantro and I like parsley, that don't mean you gonna like it. And then there are different
True.
varieties of cilantro, different varieties of parsley, different variety of tomatoes. This is why seeds are important because you can have your variety to try different things out.
Yes.
Are you still growing what's that fat frog tomato, bro? You gonna grow that one again?
Maybe next summer, but yeah, those are delicious though. That fat frog,
I got
and
some of
that's a
those.
green one. That's a green tomato.
Yeah. I
It's
didn't even get none of
delicious.
that. I still got a couple. I'm gonna try that now that you said it because I was like, it didn't germinate, but my other one did.
Nice, nice.
And that Regina is still feeding me, girl. She is prolific.
All right.
Mhm.
I thought you
How
said it
long
was
you had?
too big though. But did you say one of them I sent you wasn't really a micro door?
It might be her because she is everywhere. And I'm still propagating her and putting her places like this girl is feeding me. Let's grow.
How long
Right?
you had them?
Since last year. She been in this
Mm.
system over a year.
So
Y'all hear that?
what's the longest food inside plant you've grown? I grew tomatoes and pepper. I grew a tomato and a pepper in a mason jar for 4 years.
The
Kept it alive.
okra that I grew for the WIG when I was in the last WIG, that's the longest
The
vegetable
Bubba,
plant
baby
that
Bubba.
I've been growing. Mm-hmm.
Is that, yeah, I needed to grow
I'm
that.
still eating off
Even
of
though
that
I
too.
don't cook very much, but I'll try it.
You said
I
you'll
like I
try
like
what?
okra and stew. I'll try the baby Bubba
Oh,
okra. I like those. I like okra in stews and I like it fried. And grilled. But I tried it raw and it did that gel thing in my mouth. I didn't like that,
yeah,
so I'm not a fan
and
of that.
look, the smaller that you get the okra, the less slime is in there.
Say that
The
again.
longer if it gets to be as big as your thumb, that's when a lot of that slime starts to come out. If it's smaller than your thumb, then it's not gonna have that much slime in there. At least that's what since I've been eating it.
Yes, so far, Humphrey, Geranium Kiss is a very good tomato. I grow that one all the time. I don't know why I won't mention it. I grow it all the time. It's a good tomato. The Geranium
It is.
Kiss. It's
Is I
not
grow.
technically a micro. It's not technically micro, but it's good. Go ahead, bro.
I said I think I've grown that one before too. It was good, but it got bigger than I seen. It wasn't a micro.
What about using rainwater in systems, Miss J.K. Gardner? when it comes to water and hydroponics, you want to try to have the purest water that you can use because uh, and fertilizer also. There are different microbes and pathogens in hydroponics than there are in soil. A lot of people are thinking that you can use your fertilizers and things that you can use from outside indoors, and that's not true. That's where you're going to have issues. It's only true if you're a scientist and willing to take the time to figure out how much of a product that you can use to safely grow your plants. Other than that, it's I wouldn't advise you to try and use things from outdoors, indoors, inside of hydroponics. So, if anybody else wants to,
Well, yeah, I was gonna do a whole video on that, especially if you have a system that has a pump. Those pumps are delicate, and you
mhm.
use hydroponic food because that won't clog up the pump. If you take your Dr. Tomato, uh, what's that stuff that the fertilizer, the pellets, and you stick that in hydroponics, you're gonna destroy your system. Now, if you
Yes.
put it in a jug of water and you let it sit for a month, maybe it'll dissolve enough to where you can use it. But again, that's a gamble. Now, I find the perfect use for that type of thing is cracking, because that those solids will just go to the bottom of the cracky jar and won't harm your plant. But you do again have to pay attention to how much your plant is getting, because you might over nitrogen it, you might not give it enough of this or that. But definitely, if you have any kind of moving water, I would not take any outside. That's why you can look for, and there's a ton of available, the hydroponic plant food. And when you go to search for food, just look for that word hydroponic and use that for
I always say that
your
when you're
yeah. You'll
reading
save
for
yourself
your
a headache.
ingredients, it will say for hydroponics or soil or both.
Right.
Yeah,
But
water
if you're super
soluble.
lazy, water soluble, right?
Right,
That's
water
the
If you're
only
super
soluble.
way.
lazy, and
I've tried it with the Miracle Grow, the little blue things.
mm, yeah, no,
Don't do it,
no.
y'all.
No,
I did
I
it because
can't.
I know
I,
I paid my dues
I,
to find out
Right.
things.
That's
I
what I
really
said. You
have.
can go down a rabbit tunnel trying to figure out this stuff, especially if you are new. You'll see people growing and figuring they just using this, and they not telling you what they actually using. There are only
hey,
certain
Kay.
products you can use in these especially these tabletop hydroponic units, because their pumps are
Right,
very small and they are not meant to handle that much um, fertilizer, because it's a ratio that is used when these pumps are running at a specific time. Because I had no
right,
idea either. But if you read a pump, um, on the pump, it'll tell you it will move so much water per minute or something like
right.
that. And these
Hmm.
units are only meant to move just exactly that, the little water that it's supposed to move, versus if you had a bigger unit, it's meant for the fertilizer, because it's techniques called NFT, nutrient film runoff, where the pump runs for a certain amount of time, or the other
Right.
version where pretty much the pump is moving the fertilizer, so it has to be filtered through there. But a lot of those smaller units, they don't do that. Even though they say they have a filter on there, it's very small and it's only meant for that small amount.
You got a question
Ate
for
and
Nikki?
grown what I eat. Go ahead,
I'm
Mike.
saying something about the
Oh, I was
Maxi
gonna say,
Bloom and Maxi Bloom. Even if they don't have Aero Garden, it's a balanced fertilizer. I use Master Blend. Yeah, that's where I said, Nisi, that there are a lot of different fertilizers that you can use. And I'm actually using a new plant food that is less salty. If you know about salt and fertilizers, then yeah, they have a lot of salt in all of the fertilizers because they're synthetic. They're not, like I said, they have different microbes and pathogens in water than there are in soil.
Yeah, see, I don't,
and
I
they
take it. See, I don't like master blend because I'm not a scientist. I don't want to do any measurements or thinking. And master blend,
Master
you gotta
blend
be
is
kind
just
of
like
a
using
lab
stuff that
chemist
you
to use
get.
master blend.
I
Somebody's
thought you
asking about the
did
rules,
use
CT.
Master Blend though, Mike. What you use?
No, uh, I use either Arrow Garden food or I make my own blend,
Oh, okay,
or I'll
right.
sometimes use um, what's that? What's in the green bag? The dry stuff,
That
something grow.
yeah,
Maxi Bro.
Just when I got
Maxi
him,
Grow.
Maxi grow. Oh, yeah, Maxi grow.
Mhm.
I use
Or
Maxi
I
I
Grow. I
started
use
with
I
I
like
started
Foxfire
with the
stuff
ones
too.
in the bottles. The general hydroponics in the bottle. You get the
Mhm.
blue, the red, and something else, the orange or whatever.
Mhm.
That's what I started off with. But then I got to this. This is water soluble, and they come in. This is just for leafy greens.
Right.
Then they have one for the bloom when you're transitioning into bloom, and then they have something like a super bloom. I forgot what it's called, but I use that line. I use the raw line. They're not
Mhm.
available as much, but it has that one is it's the salt levels can be astronomical. Like
Yeah,
you can get
that's what made me
you
switch
can get a 50-0-0,
because I
and you just
started
split
with
it the
the
way you're supposed to.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is super. And they have amino acids and all these other things that you can implement into your system.
Mhm.
But they also have options where it's not as synthetic, like G Mama was saying. They have jugs where it's just, I don't know how they put it in a bottle, but they have it in, if you look online, you can find some hydroponic all. Um, but I would imagine their shelf life would be,
Mhm.
different from the synthetic choice. I'm going to use my synthetic choice because it's more affordable to me. I'm going to speak with G Mama and see what she's talking about, and um, yeah, I'm gonna see if I need to switch.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah,
asked me what I use right now currently. Currently, I have switched to a product called Mighty Plant. Mighty Plants, plant food. They have a similar line to everybody else, but they have less salt and are more towards the natural grower. And I started out with liquid plant food. Matter of fact, I started out with the Fox Farm Dirty Dozen line with the everything amendment and everything
Tiger
liquid
Bloom. Yeah.
on everything. And I'm like, what are these bottles? What? It's got to be a better way. So then I started looking into the water soluble because I had saw a friend of mine and she was like, "Girl, I've been using this for 3 years." I'm like, "Wait a minute, 3 years?" But they have the powdered nutrients have a better shelf life than the
Right.
liquid nutrients too, from what I have found.
True.
Because yeah, I still have powdered nutrients from 2019. Yes, I do, and they still
Same.
work very well.
I got bags of it from 2019. Now, GT Junior, somebody
Mhm.
wanted the
Because it
rules
doesn't
for
take as much
WIG.
either. You either using a teaspoon, depending on how big your garden is, a tablespoon, and when I seen people
Right.
just throwing fertilizer, I was baffled and confused. Like, how are they doing? How are they doing that? But in hydroponics, it's totally different. Everything needs to be measured, and you don't use it exactly as the directions say. You use less because if you use it exactly as the directions say, it could be telling you to use a teaspoon when you only need a half a teaspoon because you're not using as many
Right.
plants as they have predicted it for.
And the size of the plant matters. All those things are consideration. Mike, you said something about the rules to WIG.
Yeah,
Someone was
somebody,
asking
somebody
about
wanted to
those.
know what the rules are. Yes.
Okay, so basically we have about 7 rules that we would like for y'all to participate if y'all want to participate in the hashtag WIG 2025. One of those is to start your seeds indoors. That means inside of a dwelling that is connected by a door. So if that's the garage, like I am, there's a door right there. If there's a closet, a room, a window sill, just a hydroponic unit on your mantle or whatever, but grow indoors. Please put hashtag WIG 2025 in your title, please. You must submit 5 videos or in 5 of your lives. Um, the hashtag, and that videos or that live should be at least 2 minutes long. That is the minimum requirement. So if you have a lot of plants or you want to show us the whole process and give us a conversation just about you know why you did it or whatever, then that's cool too. But 2 minutes at least is the minimum. We want to see you start your seeds. So when you have your cucumber seeds or whatever, show us, let us see you doing it. Plant them in there, and when you start a new plant, because you're like, okay, I could grow this, or I want to grow this, we would like to see that as well. The community is going to be judging you, so we would like for them to be able to see all the effort that you have put into this competition that we have. And one of the last ones, yeah, grow as many seeds as you was like, and start after today. And as Mike's last rule is always, have fun. So that is the rules to the
Yeah,
WIG.
real easy.
Hmm. And
Yeah, the
stick
reason why
to
we're asking you to put the
what you're
hashtag in, go ahead.
growing. I'm just saying because I see a lot of people that will use the hashtag and be doing other things that are not involved
Right.
with gardening or growing. So please ensure that if you're using the hashtag WIG 2025, that it is related to gardening and what you are using in the challenge.
And
And
I
the reason
tried
why we
not.
want the
I
hashtag,
Go ahead, Mike.
go ahead. I was just saying the reason why we want the hashtag is because in the times in the past, people would put WG, and I follow them, so I saw their video and I recognized that they were doing a a hashtag WIG video, but they put all kinds of crazy mess in the title and then got mad that like why I get an email. Why didn't GT Junior acknowledge my video? Well, you didn't even put a hashtag. You just put
Didn't use the
WG
right hashtag.
something in your video. You didn't even put a hashtag in there. Didn't tag either one of us, and then got mad that we
Right.
didn't include you talk about your video. So yeah, we want you to put
And you
hashtag
tag me
WIG
too, because I
2025.
like to see stuff.
Right.
I'll be missing stuff, I should say.
Yeah, it was funny. People were mad. I was like, well, why are you didn't put any of the things in your title. How are we supposed to know? You're just
Right.
lucky I followed you. If I didn't follow you, nobody would have known.
Right.
So I got a question. Um, my favorite one of the questions is, what is your favorite plant to grow? My favorite plant to grow right now is probably tomatoes, and it's because it's real cool to come in and then you see that tomato is real little. You come back a couple days later, is good. Then you check the water level, and then you come back and it's beautiful. I mean, no, it has blemishes, but that's to be expected. But it's real cool to it's cold outside, and you got the tomato. You just wipe it on your sleeve real quick, and you bite that mug. So I have no, 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 no. I produced cucumbers in one of my grow tents, and that was cool. And then they have those little spike things on 'em. That's real funny. But yeah. What are some of y'all foods that y'all like to produce inside, or what plants do y'all enjoy producing inside?
Go ahead,
I
bro.
Don't
definitely
all speak
grow a
at
lot
one
of
time.
tomatoes.
Go ahead, Rose. Sorry.
I said I definitely grow a lot of tomatoes. But I think right now I'm leaning heavy into my herbs and like my leafy greens. I've kind of like took them for granted before, you get them free with the machine and you're like, I don't want that crap. I want to throw this in there and that in there. But suddenly, like, no, you know what? My herbs are part of my fundamentals. They're part of, my base. That's what I need. need to be growing needs, and I need to have me some salad
Okay.
with every meal. So
Mhm.
I'm on that right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I would
arugula is
say my
shockingly
favorite
good.
would have to be melons right now, especially the icebox
Oh.
melons, because I stumbled
Nice.
upon eating the whole melon, the rind, and everything from growing icebox melons, and now I'm hooked. So I would have to say
Mm,
melons are my favorite thing right now, especially growing them. I can grow them indoors too. So yeah.
that's what's up.
Well, you know my answer. You know my answer is peppers. But you know, pepper bums me out that I love because it's so beautiful, but it's absolutely tasteless. Is the Murasaki purple pepper? It has flowers on it that are purple
Really?
and white, and it smells like heaven. It'll perfume your entire room. The peppers are absolutely
Hmm.
gorgeous. They're almost black because they're so deeply purple. Zero taste, zero flavor. So sad. It just bums me out so
Mm,
bad. Such a beautiful pepper.
mm. Yeah, I another question. Do y'all ever have y'all ever grew in a grow tent?
Yeah, I
That
have
was
a
my
growth
first
down in my
start.
Go ahead, Ro.
oh, sorry. I was saying I have a grow tent in my basement, and last year was my first year growing in there. I enjoyed it. The only problem for me was because it wasn't in my face, I wasn't going down there as frequently as I should have been.
Mm.
So a lot of things that I started down there got
What did I
started,
say?
looked great for a while, and then fell off whenever I got busy with something else. So
Yeah.
this year, I kind of just put down there because I kind of picked up like a little side gig where I'm trying to propagate plants and sell them and stuff. So instead of
Okay.
putting food down there, though, I'm just keeping like plants that I'm propagating, and I have them on a drip irrigation down there. So like if I don't go down there for a week, I'm not going to come down there and find everything dead and all my investment,
Yeah.
gone down.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Okay. G Mama.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was my first big investment with my plants was getting a grow tent because I actually was horrified when I moved into one of my apartments in the beginning. A mouse got in, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is eating my stuff?" And I said, "No, it can't be possible." And it was a mouse. So I said, "I'm gonna fix you. I'm gonna get me a grow tent," and that's how I got my
Fine.
grow tents. And I just had one ever since, and I have an extra room, and then I put it up, and I'll grow my stuff in there. And I learned how to pollinate my first apple inside of my grow tent. So yeah, I'm happy about
What?
that. I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Pollinated an apple. That was the first time ever, and I was
Wow.
like, "Hey!" And yeah, I
That's
did
what's
do a
up.
video. Never posted it yet, but it'll come up
Oh.
eventually.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So I'm cheap. So I saw videos people were talking showing their grow tents. So I was like, I'm gonna get a grow tent. So I went shopping and was like, nope. So I went out and uh, I bought a narrow rack and I just enclosed it with that emergency blanket stuff with
hmm
clothespins. So that was my in quotes grow tent. But then I realized, you know what? I like looking at my plant. So I like took its jacket off and just looked at the plant growing.
My
Grow
first.
tents are a different system in itself because there are a lot of things that grow inside of a grow tent that people are not aware of also that needs to help plants, thrive because they are in a closed space.
Right.
Humidity. There's a lot of factors when it comes down
And
to
yeah.
a grow tent.
Mhm.
I love mines. I have my fans in mines. I have my humidity dome. I mean my
Mhm.
humidity humidifier in those, and um I knew that the light would be too strong. So the first thing that I did was I grabbed just cardboard, aluminum foil, and I enclosed it that way and just had a way to flip it up so I could look at it and just see the glory that it had. But I have money, so there was no investments that I was going to be making on something that was just just curiosity. But now uh I have I have five grow tents, six grow tents that are operational, and then I have one that's a backup. My wife got it for me for my
Wow.
birthday. Yeah, and that's because I'm gonna always grow food. As long as I
Yeah,
can keep the lights on, I'm
right.
gonna grow food. And I'm gonna
I
keep the
know
lights
that's
on because I remember digging ditches for $5.15. So I know I can work. That's not an issue. Just as long as I can keep the lights on, I'm gonna keep on growing my food.
mm-hmm.
Hands down.
I'll be right back. Gotta
All right
get some
there.
water. Losing my voice. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing
What
for
is some of your
switching up like I did with my growing is because my space, like I said, kept getting smaller. So I wanted, like Ro, my stuff to look nice. So I started investing in equipment, my stands, grow stands, and better pots and things because I just got tired of looking at the
mm-hmm,
regular stuff that I had. Like, I want my stuff to look little, especially my pots and stuff. I was like, all these raggedy pots. Let me get some new stuff. And sure enough, there were some new pots that I was like, hey, look at that. And then it was something like, oh my God, I can't afford them. But yeah.
yeah, I ran into that problem. My wife, she's more organized than me. She sees things differently than I do. I just see a lot of beauty. I don't focus in on, you know, why you got that Lowe's bucket out there? I'm like, what do you mean? It's a growing container. She's like, no, why don't you get out of those buckets? And I'm like, really? What? But so I just cover it up a little bit differently. I make sure that I have pots that have different colors and stuff as far as grow bags or whatever. So it just flows a little differently when it looks like, okay, he purposely placed that instead of it looking like, oh, he just threw that out there. So I tried the best I could to make it look more, have more curb appeal. But in some parts it's like I don't care. I'm growing food and y'all scared too. So, you know, yeah. So what's
Mhm.
one of your biggest gardening success, indoors or outdoors? Mine's, I would say, the first time that I grew potatoes. I went to the feed store and I seen the potatoes and they had all these different colors and stuff. And this is like 2018, 2019. So this was all new to me. We had the earthquake 2018 and I just was like, I gotta, secure a little bit more food for myself. So I grabbed the potatoes. I started them April the 15th, and that was my biggest harvest that I've had. Well, I've had some
Whoa.
bigger harvests, but it just felt so good. I put them in, and I was like, man, it's too cold. I put them in too early. And then about a week later, no, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, something like that, you see something when you're passing by, and I'm like, is that a leaf? And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, you get real giddy. You get real giddy because it's like,
Yes,
oh my goodness,
indeed.
I planted that, and I think I see leaves, and you don't know who to tell your partner. They don't care about it, so it's like, okay, it's leaves. So, all right, yay,
Yay.
it doesn't have the same type of effect. And then like 2 weeks later, then you start to see that they're okay. I think I might need to heal them up. So you're healing them up and everything. So that process of actually, maintaining that I just had it in a tote, one of those cheap totes that don't have any structural integrity. It was a blue one. I brought it. It lasts for 4 years and finally just gave up. But having that potato harvest, taking a picture with it, and it was like I was happy. That was my first year on YouTube or whatever. No, I wasn't on YouTube yet, but I had it right there, and I was just so ecstatic. My, just having my cousins, just taste like my wife's mom came here, and she tried the gooseberries. My wife don't, she wouldn't try the gooseberries, but having the gooseberries, having strawberries and stuff like that, just giving it to others and having them try it was really cool. So um that's an outdoor success gardening story for me. Y'all could share if y'all would like.
I see in the chat somebody says there's a oh, they got it. Okay, good. There was
Yeah, I
a
don't
troll
know
in
who
the
that
chat.
is. I was looking at their channel. I
Yeah,
don't know
anybody
who
got
that
time for that, Jack?
I, oh, we went to thank y'all for being attentive, everybody on the chat, all the moderators, everything. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Yes, thank y'all for being here. We've
Right?
held
Yes.
60 people for
is. That's
a
awesome.
good portion of 2 hours, so it is great. And
Hey, don't hurt the harvest.
hey, that don't hurt to harvest. So anyone else has a garden success story that sticks out in their mind, indoors or outdoors, they would like to share?
I still am um, obsessed with my mushrooms because those took almost 2 years to come to be, and they've been coming back every year. And every time I see a
No, that's
mushroom,
right.
I might as well have seen like the second coming. I'm just
You
like, oh
heard?
my
You
god!
heard?
I'm nobody to tell. Nobody cares. But I'm just like, what? Like I was
Yeah,
the
Yes,
first one to
yes,
grow a mushroom.
yeah.
See,
yes.
you're
I've
always
been
doing
wanting to
stuff.
try that
I'm
myself.
jealous. Uh huh. Yeah, I've never. Bro, I've had a mushroom kit since I've had a mushroom kit sitting. It's probably not even good anymore. I had a mushroom kit since 2019 and
Same.
Right.
never took it off the box. I
Just
would
got it
assume
in
It's
the
it's
a
box.
good
still
thing
okay.
anyway.
It's just spores, but yeah, I've never been brave enough to break it out and use it.
Right.
But I love mushrooms. So
Yeah, me too. Well, I'll say my
Guess what?
biggest success so far has been the fact that I finally got my total complete salad growing indoors where I can get my lettuce, my tomatoes, and my cucumbers all at the same time. So I was like
Yay!
overjoyed and happy and excited because it took a long time, especially for the peppers. Y'all know how long peppers take. And I
Uh-huh.
was waiting, like, I'm gonna get this
mhm.
Saturday. All y'all gonna come together, and sure enough, go! Yay! So
Ching
that was
Well,
my
ching.
biggest goal, and I'm still excited about that.
we could do that at Fort Humphrey. Fort Humphrey's saying that maybe we should have a mushroom kit grow off since we all got mushrooms and mushroom kits but aren't using them. We should
Oh, you
maybe
do have
get something
one.
going. Force
Oh
ourselves.
wow! Yeah, I done been using parts of my kit, so my kit ain't all the way together no more.
What you mean
Uh-oh.
parts of your kid? What you mean parts of
Because
it?
I had the kit that come in the bin, and you get the timer, you get the humidity, the
Oh,
light bulb, the substrate. I
fancy.
got that kit because I was ready. But once I
Uh-huh.
was like moving, I was like, I need to use this light right quick. I need to use this little, yeah, I need to use the bucket right quick. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
it's all separated. Even
Well,
the
I
jars I brought because I was gonna do the use it in the mason jars substrate.
Mhm.
Yeah, I started using the jars on on plants and stuff.
so I will start mine this week then because when I first seen
Yeah.
Rose do her mushrooms, I was like, oh man, she beat me to it. Wait a minute, and I never started it. I didn't pick it up. I forgot and everything, but mushrooms, having access to salad, like G Mama was saying, those are essential for just everyday use. And Mike, we was
Right.
actually sharing some of our success stories with the garden, and that could be indoors or outdoors. I went on and told mine. Ro told hers. G Mama expressed hers. Hers was that she has a total, salad bar that comes from her garden. And if you would like to share anything about your, a memory that sticks out, really strong about, your success with the garden, it'll be appreciated.
Yeah, well, this year for me it was the sweet potatoes. That was amazing to me because I had something I'd
Uh-oh,
never
is it
done
me?
before.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Huh?
It's me.
something's wrong with G Mama. Oh, okay. But yeah, sweet potatoes was a revelation for me because I
Yeah, I
didn't
keep blanking
know
out.
if
I
we
don't
got
know
to
what's
do it.
going on.
I see
And
you.
the info, yeah, we hear you. Be serious. Your breakup, you were freezing a little bit, but you're back now. I don't know if you can hear
Go
us.
ahead, start over, Mike, please. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Outside was sweet potatoes, and inside for me was the that's a revelation to me as far as speaking about salads is growing. And I don't know why it never occurred to me, but growing bunching onions inside to use, and I just cut the tops off like a lawnmower, just mow the tops off, and I use them in all my cooking, like when I make an omelet or whatever, I just use those. Um, and then when the spring arrives, I stick those in the ground, and they turn into big, like humongous bunching onions, like almost full size onions, and I use those. So I get almost an entire year of onions off of just starting those green onions inside the scallions and using those until the spring, and then I let those grow over summertime, and I get the bulbs. So I never knew that green onions would get like leek size or that big, because you get green onions at the store, you get those little
Hmm.
pencil things. You can get a bunch of them, like 10 for $1 or whatever,
Right.
and yeah, they actually turn into a big, almost full size onion bulb if you let them grow for over a year. Pretty
That's
cool.
what's
You
up.
get that
I
good
still haven't, I
soil.
still haven't had I haven't had them go to
Hmm.
seed yet, which is kind of funny. Like I said, they get baseball bat size and they still not
Hmm.
drop their seeds,
Mm, 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 mm. I have a
and
new
they're
seed that
cured.
I'm. Sorry, go ahead.
No, just real quick. No, just
This
finish up
is
real quick on the whole onion thing. Is that
first you're doing
I
seeds, onion
also didn't know
seeds,
that
and
you could.
all of them germinated. Like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do?
All right, I didn't know that you could cure green onions until I tried it last year because they were so thick that I just put them on a wire shelf, and they stayed viable until uh, until spring. I was eating them all winter.
I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's what I
I'm
yeah,
gonna
did. I
step
green
got
up
me
onions.
my
When you,
another
game,
one.
y'all. For
Hmm.
real.
yeah, when you let them,
I
when you let the
just
green onion
added the
get that
red
thick.
onions to my list, or should I say to my grow?
Mhm.
Because I only been growing the tree onions, the walking onions. I didn't have no need for no other onions, but then I started missing my red onions. So yeah, I got some seeds.
I got the Patterson
Yeah,
seeds. I have these right here. I I I really want to grow these. This is a huge onion, you know. I want to grow that out, but
And my gardener
I
grows
get
that one out every year. He probably has a bunch of tips for you.
who that?
And my gardener grows that Elsa
Okay.
flag every year. He probably got a bunch of tips
Okay.
on his channel for you.
Oh,
right.
I screenshot him already. Then I think um he was talking about something. I was like, what? What? Yeah. So maybe that's it. But I'm gonna go and do a refresher on that. Um, what are some of your garden? What smell is distinctive about your garden or that you can remember? Mine's is fenugreek. I remember when I got the fenugreek seeds in the mail, and I was like, oh my goodness! But they don't taste like they smell. They do not. So I love the smell of mint, but that fenugreek is really, really something. Have y'all ever smelled fenugreek? The seeds of it?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Um, do you share your harvests or do you keep them all?
I like
I
to
don't have
share.
much. Yeah, I love to share.
I do, but
Yeah, I share it with whoever
I'm
wants
not
it.
growing enough to feed a whole lot of people though. So like when I'm
Right.
sharing, more often than not, it's having somebody over and making dinner from the garden as opposed to taking somebody a whole basket of food because I just don't have enough to do that.
Right.
But yeah, I like to share.
Yeah, I'm a small scale, so I just grow for myself. Me and my bunny.
Oreo.
Yeah, you.
Which has
Yeah,
opened me
unique.
up to other greens. That's why I'm growing more greens because of my bunny,
Oh,
and I'm actually enjoying it. Like, yeah,
Oreo's a good influence on
yes, indeed.
you. Yeah, unique. Cinnamon basil. The first time I smelled it, I was blown away because it smells like big red gum, like exactly that
yeah,
smell.
that's my
And
smell too. Holy basil,
lemon balm.
actually,
I love lemon balm.
everything smell exactly.
My wife says it smells like pledge, but I think it smells good. Lemon balm.
That's strong.
It is strong. I can like step out my back door
Mm.
and I'll smell it.
Oh wow.
But yeah,
You
cinnamon
said
basil. The
cinnamon
first time I
basil,
was
right, Mike?
yeah, cinnamon basil smells like big red gum. Uh, but it tastes like regular basil. Well, all of the basils pretty much taste except for the holy basil and Thai basil taste licoricey.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot the other
Cuban
questions.
oregano smells good.
Oh, I
Hmm.
love the Cuban oregano. Is it with the fuzzy leaves one? That's the
Yeah,
one
the
you talking
fuzzy
about?
leaves. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I grew
Mm.
winter savory for the first time this year. It has like an oregano kind of thyme kind of scent to it. It's real earthy. I like that one too.
Hmm.
I've never, never.
I- Greek
I have the
oregano is really
seed.
good too. Greek oregano smells like that perfect. Like regular oregano is kind of sharp. That Greek oregano has that delicious. You're at a pizza restaurant smell.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Growing something
That's what's up.
beautiful. Welcome in.
Hey,
Growing
Hello.
growing something
something
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah, I had aquaponics for the
Oh,
first time. I grew. They had those little bitty systems, the back to our root system, and I had the aquaponics in there. But then when we had the earthquake, the fish was on the floor, so
oh,
I had to try it
Yikes.
again. Yeah, it was too much. Had that was a real shaker there. November
mm.
3rd,
Right.
November 30th, 2018.
What's the
Yeah,
name
last year was
of those microdwarf cucumbers again? Who is that? Soul Diva asks, what's the name of those microdwarf cucumbers again? I don't know any microdwarf cucumbers.
There's you could do there's the mini me, there's the quick snack, there's
What? I knew about the quick snack. I didn't know it was a
Well,
microdwarf
they're
cucumber.
not technically micros, but they're
Because I
carcinogenic. I
tried to
think they
grow
just mean the
some and they
carcinogenic.
were not dwarf at all. That's why I
Yeah,
went
they
to
just mean the
the
carcinogenic.
carcinogenic cucumbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all, I'm skipping out. My fault. I don't know why I'm rolling because I keep seeing circles, but it usually happens when I'm on for a long time.
You gonna come back? You gonna try to come back? If you can, we'll be here for a little while. I'm finna
You drop
set up
by.
these
Okay,
two
I'm good for
hydroponics.
now. It just does it every now and
Okay,
then,
okay,
like in
then.
Okay.
circles,
Okay.
and then I'm out. But I can come back and just be like, okay, I plugged it up, so I should be good. What you
All
got
Sounds
in
right.
the
good.
grow tent?
I started what is that called? Green stock, the fake green stock. So I have a
Mhm.
couple of beans, the
It's
Henderson
a
beans.
vertical planter.
It's a fake
That's what
green
it is.
stock
Bakery,
It's a vertical planter.
stop running
as
our fun.
well.
I bet it's
That's
gonna
our
grow some
job.
food. That's what I bet it's gonna
I,
be.
it's anything
Well,
that everything gonna grow some food for me. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
but I got some Henderson beans. I got some zinnias. I was thinking about flowers, and I was like, okay, let's give it a little, a little zest. Not zest. That's the wrong word. Give it a little pizzazz. So I grabbed some zinnia, and I got the envy zinnias, and it has like this greenish color to it. It's beautiful. It's a real beautiful plant. So I got some lemon balm that's over here. I got some buncheon onions. I have some patio pride peas. I have some bush beans. Yin Yang is the name of the bush beans. And some mullins. I know I wasn't supposed to start no mullins in here, but I still did it. Um, and let me see. Some purple
Yes, just
hole, pink
harvest
eye.
your mullein like you do lettuce, a leaf at a time, all the way, and it'll keep doing that, and you just keep harvesting it one leaf at a time versus
Oh,
watching the
really?
whole thing grow to a big
yeah, I need
plant.
to start
Yeah,
some mowing.
because that's how you get your leaves. Because what you want to get your leaves before it actually makes that flower, and the flower ain't gonna come until it's at least a year old.
Hey, Dave
Hmm.
Busby.
What's up, Dave Busby? Growing with Hudson. You talking about? You said now you're growing watermelons. You may be gone. Are you talking about indoors? Sorry, y'all. I just seen something come through.
That's
Shantae G,
fun.
Mhm.
hey there. I'm gonna go ahead and
Hey,
jump to the
Shantae.
bottom of the chat. Season such and
But I do,
Johnny sees. Go ahead.
I do want to say that, like, so we don't frustrate and confuse people. That you can try to grow every single plant under the sun hydroponically. You're just gonna have to stay on. If it's a plant that's like Fresno peppers technically get 5 feet tall, and I grow in a 10-inch arrow garden harvest. I just keep it well trimmed. You just got to maintain. It's kind of like you're bonsaiing the plant. So I've grown sweet 100s, which is like can get 10 feet tall, can cover your entire house. The sweet 1000s or sweet 100 tomatoes. That's an
Right,
indeterminate that will cover your entire house. But I've grown that inside. It's just I had to keep trimming it back. So don't be
right,
afraid to try. It doesn't have to be a micro dwarf. You don't have to, if you love a
right,
certain pepper, if you love jalapenos, regular jalapenos, you don't have to look for a micro jalapeno. Just grow a regular. I've grown regular jalapenos in all my systems. I've grown regular jalapenos cracky method in a mason
right.
jar.
That's how I learned
So
about
go for it.
okra. Yeah, that's how I learned about okra, growing okra. I would have never known that you can prune okra off the top and get side shoots had I not pruned it because it was getting too tall for my grow light. So I was like, I gotta cut this thing back. When I cut it back, the side shoots came out, and I'm still getting okra from the side shoots also.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I prune it, root prune from the bottom, also that plant. And I keep those roots pruned
Yeah.
because it's enclosed in a small container. And it's
Veggie
going to
Farm was asking
continue
me
to
that
put out
question.
roots as long as I keep those roots pruned, and the plant is going to remain small versus all over the place.
That is a good question that all of us should answer. I don't prune my roots unless they get real crazy, and I'm pretty much, I'll grow a pepper for like 3 months, and then I'll get bored of it, and so my plants
Hmm.
typically don't need to be root pruned. I know G Mama is a
Hmm.
avid fan of root pruning. I don't know, Bro can answer that. Her
Yes,
what she
sir.
thinks about it too.
Mm. Oh, somebody had a root pruning question. I missed it.
Yeah, yeah. Veggie Farm was asking if you prune your roots in your hydroponic systems. I typically don't because my plants don't
Yes.
survive that long. 'Cause-
Yes, and it depends on which hydroponic system I'm growing in because all of them don't have pumps. If it has a pump, I will always prune those roots because I leave those plants in there longer than 60 days. If your plant is not going to be in there, but for the harvest of like a lettuce plant, for instance, then once you harvest that lettuce plant, everything is coming out of there anyway. So you won't leave
right.
any roots in there. But if you're like me and you harvest that lettuce, leaf by leaf until it starts to bolt, that lettuce is going to have to be root pruned in order to keep it shallow enough inside of the unit, whatever unit you're growing in. So that's what I do, just because I know that it does not affect the plant and it keeps the unit clean also from the debris that sloughs off of the roots.
And just be cautious when doing anything to your plants. If it's pruning or whatever, um, it's just like being put into a different environment. You just have to
Right.
don't do it too drastically. So don't
Right.
get your plant and then don't take off 50. I don't 50%, maybe a
Yeah,
little stretch. You know, um,
yeah, there is shot.
and just in my opinion, because anytime you take anything from one environment to another environment, there's gonna be a little bit of a shock, and
Right.
that's
Right.
coming from hydroponics to soil to hydroponics, pruning the branches, pruning roots. All of those things are transitional and it affects the plant. Taking your seeds that's been on the grow lights and taking them outside without giving them that transitional period, those can affect the plants. So just be cautious whenever you're doing that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
prune it.
occasionally,
Don't prune the top and the bottom at the same time.
Oh
Pick one and
Lord,
then
don't
go
do
back
that.
in a couple of days and then do the other one.
I
Yeah,
was
let
going
the
to
plants
say,
recover.
occasionally, if you're growing in the hydroponics, you're going to find that you're going to have to prune those roots anyway because they're going to grow into your pump and you'll be able to hear it. You're going to have to pull them out and cut them back anyways.
Oh, that does
Don't
go
be
to the
Yep.
point that
scared
G
to fruit
Mama
prune.
brought up. G Mama was
What
talking
happened,
about.
Mike?
I was just gonna say that what kind of yields back to what you were talking about earlier about the the. Not I lost my train of thought. Just went off the track. There was something about you were talking something about the pumps earlier, and I was going to say that yeah, you oh no, the water, that's it. Came back on track. The water level indicators are not reliable because the roots will often grow into them.
Right.
And those are the ones that are like Aero Garden, the roots grow and plug that indicator up, and so it'll always say empty or it'll always say full. So open up if you have a cover, like a little pod cover. Open it up, look down in there, you'll see, and that's you should be looking at you should be checking out your plants. Do as I say, not as I do. Check your plants often. Walk by it once a day, look in there, see what's going on. And so you don't really
Right.
need a water level indicator. You have just your best judgment.
Right. Right. I see growing something beautiful say trimming and breaking the roots give me anxiety. They should not. Just think that you are bettering the health of your plants.
I will say they try to find there's usually that one tap root. Try to avoid cutting that one. If you cut
I
that
don't.
one, the plant.
I
Oh,
don't. I go
every time I
straight
yeah,
root
woo,
and it's
every time
yeah,
I cut a
they'll
tap
come
root,
back.
that plant dies on me.
Yeah, they'll come
Now
back.
how now I have a question about that now. I started
Hmm.
some moringa. I have a
Hmm.
moringa plant. I
Hmm.
have a setup right
Mhm.
here with these oh man, these 17-gallon rope handle laundry baskets. So I have
Hmm.
that and I'm gonna put it inside of a 5-gallon bucket. I have these things right here. You pour the water in there and it soaks the soil all the way. I got these on
Right.
discount at Home Depot about 4 years ago or whatever. So um, I was gonna do it in soil, and I couldn't do it in hydroponics because the taproot of the moringa is gonna be really big. So you think I should try it in hydro and
Yeah.
cut the taproot?
Right
Well, I wouldn't
now,
cut the.
that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing my
Okay.
experiment with my
You
moringa
see?
in the hydro. So I don't know as far as the taproot in the hydro yet. So I don't know.
Okay.
But in soil, yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had mine.
move it around.
Yeah,
I
Is
had
I
it
mine in
I
a
like
have it
22
too.
gallon. Go
and
ahead.
prune it? it'll send out side shoots. These are
Right.
what my
That is
experiments are doing.
right.
Oh, I'm doing
That's the
that.
thing I need to.
I have the veggie capsules already, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna be looking at just the machine for the veggie capsule. And I seen that about 3 years ago, but I can't remember exactly the wording that I need to put in there. But they had some that was more efficient than the ones that they're offering that I've seen lately. But I was gonna make moringa little capsules or whatever. Because
Yeah.
moringa is
That's
strong.
why I'm just
That's a
growing it for the
strong
leaves too.
flavor.
Yeah,
Woo!
that's
Yeah, it's
exactly
medicine.
why
It's
I'm growing it
medicine.
indoors for the leaves too. I was like, let me try to get some of this marine, and then I broke one, and it started putting out new shoots. That's why I was like, what? You could be pruned too, because I accidentally broke it. I was like, wait a minute, if you can come back and then have another arm, look.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
moringa. I have to have. Go ahead, Mike.
but I was going to say, quickly, my moringa experiment was kind of basically the same, where I grew it in a mason jar, and it did awesome. And kind of mine was more of a runner though, and I should have kept trimming it because, like I said, I ignored it, and then the jar was dry, and I lost it. So I was kind of sad about that. But yeah, my
Yeah,
moringa experiment
pruning
taught me that
encourages growth.
it needs to be, yeah, it needs to be pruned, but it will grow a ton of leaves. I mean, I harvested a ton of leaves off that moringa just from growing in a little 32-ounce mason jar. So if you put it in a
Hmm.
big bucket, it'll do great.
Right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, Green, mine
Yes, I
was the
am.
dwarf moringa variety,
I just
and it
heard
was
that. I'm
small.
like, I did not know they had a dwarf variety of moringa. I did not.
They they got it at the baker. I
Yeah,
mean, they have it at the
it,
Really?
creek.
it was
Yep.
right.
Yep.
It was
Because I've
small and it
been
grew big.
using the regular, so I guess when I run out of these, then I'll be looking for them again.
But like
I ain't gonna
I
never
use the
run out
dwarf.
of mine. I got like 1,000 seeds. Oh my
Right.
goodness.
The the dwarf
Man.
moringa, though, like I
Wow.
said, I think it was more vining than a tree, and I want to grow the tree. I want that nice bush of moringa to really harvest.
Prune it.
So I'm gonna grow mine in the
That's
bigger.
now, yep, I discovered that one by
So
accident. Broke it like,
I'm
oh
gonna
my
try using
God, now
regular.
what's
Yeah.
gonna happen? I done lost a lot of moringas though, so I am not concerned because the only thing I'm growing for is the leaves anyway.
Right, and it's fast.
Right. Thanks for tapping that like button, everybody.
Yeah, there's certain plants that I find like, especially that grow cracky that I can just ignore and they'll just take off and do their own thing. Moringa was one. The Greek mountain tea mint grew an insane bush without me looking at it and doing anything with it. The uh,
How'd you start those seeds? Those mountain tea.
I
You
just I
remember?
just stuck it in I just stuck it in a sponge and filled the jar, the cracky jar up to the top, and then just let it drink its way down. And it was I had a
What
full mountain tea bush. And mullen grew like crazy inside, just cracky, just in a jar.
Hello, Robin Gardens.
what's up, Robin Garden? I
Hi,
want to
Rob.
try that.
How
I want to
did
try
you
the King of Bitters.
in the hydroponics
Oh yeah, I
system?
heard about that one. Yeah, I haven't tried that one.
Have y'all tried it?
Mary, go with me.
Try what?
King of Bitters.
No, I don't
No,
know what
I
that
have
is.
not.
What?
That's a mint plant, ain't it?
Something like that. But if you read it
I
on
know it's a
the
herb.
web, if you read it on the website, it says something different than what the package says as far as its benefits. I'm gonna grab the seeds real quick and list
I don't.
in the list.
I've heard
Let
people
you see
talking
what
about
it
it. I
says.
just know it's a herb, possibly a mint plant. But Mary Grow with me asked me about a citrus. I've never grown a citrus in a hydroponic. I have grown a cherry bush, if you will, in my hydroponics, and it got so big that eventually I took it out because once they get a certain size, I don't like to have them crowded in there. So I usually take my bigger plants out once they reach a certain size.
That's the king of bitters. That's what it looks like.
Show
Okay.
it again.
All right.
Huh.
There we go. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
want
haven't
to
seen
grow
that
that.
So
growing.
what do the package say?
The package says 160 days, an annual, the king of all bitter herbs. This herb has been held as a, oh man, I don't know that word, in Eastern medicine for centuries, reaches um, about 36 inches tall, producing small purple pink flowers. Hails from Southeast Asia, superheat and sun loving, cold sensitive. There's other things on the website where it was making, it was saying that it might be helpful for different um issues that was going on in 2019, 2020, or whatever. So
Right.
I got it and I forgot to finish growing it. I mean I
So it's
got it
only a
and I didn't start it.
perennial in hot states.
Yes. Yes, definitely. But it may be worth growing, so I eventually want to try to grow it. And some of these smaller seeds,
Right.
if you don't do them correctly, like only certain seeds need light to germinate. You know, And so, a lot of them they don't, from what I understand.
Right. Right.
Um, so I want to grow this though. Oh, it tells you exactly the planting instructions. Wow, sorry.
Mhm.
I guess it tells you how to do it. Yeah, I'm all talking junk, and it says it plain as day. Mm. But
Jim,
this was a
I
good.
just laughed because
Go ahead, Mike.
I
Sorry.
just saw there's somebody walked by. I've got security cameras all over my house. I got a big monitor in front of me, and I just saw somebody walk by with their dog, and I was like, "What is that in my backyard?" It must have scared the rabbit. The rabbit was like doing circles in my backyard in the snow.
Mm.
I'm like, "What is
Mm.
that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's the rabbit." Every time I see G Mama, I think about the rabbits. But she can color her rabbits. I can't color these rabbits.
Mm. Hey, okay, Renee. Good to see you.
That part, because the rabbits out there don't play.
I have the Diva
I'm just
season. Oh, Diva Prune
I'm
Roots.
just shocked that
My name.
they haven't beat up my squirrels. The my squirrels will mess with them rabbits, and rabbits will kick the mess out of a squirrel. A rabbit could hurt a cat,
Mm.
but there's these. I guess mine are just chill because my squirrels are like jumping on them and taking food out of their mouths, and they just sit there like, okay,
Hey there, Barry. Let me see.
hey Karen.
Okay.
Mike, I just seen a question go by real quick. I didn't see what it said. The pepper seeds that you sent me, I just transplanted them
Yeah,
out.
Dave Busby. Right, nice, awesome, Dave.
Bridget. Bridget Harris.
So
Hello.
Dave, did you? So I want to ask Dave Busby, did he try that Tigger melon? Did he eat it yet?
Hello, Karen Moore.
Grow
I bet you could
something
grow Tigger
beautiful.
melon
Hello.
inside. I
Who
wouldn't
want to
want
grow that, man?
it.
Anybody like Tigger Mac? I ain't trying them. I mean, I listen sometimes to people's opinion about certain things or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's one of those
Nah,
things
they're
where I'm
no
like,
good.
no, I don't want to try it. I'm good.
Yeah, that's
It's
what I
beautiful.
said too. Because I done seen 3 or 4 people said that melon wasn't good, and on the third strike, yeah,
Yeah,
you out, bro. I don't got time for
yeah.
that.
Not
I
even a
wonder,
little bit.
I wonder, I wonder if Oreo would like it. I mean, you could grow like I said, a small plant will grow you like 30 of them things, and each one of them has like a million seeds inside. So
What's
if
that,
one of your
Mike?
animals likes it, it might be worth growing. The Tigger melon.
Oh, Yeah, I heard that wasn't tasty. I would like to try
No,
the
it's
Kajari melon.
beautiful.
I
It
would
just
like to
has no
try that.
flavor.
Jessica Jari Melon. What you say, Mike?
Oh, I just said the ticker melon is beautiful and it's super prolific. It's a disappointment. Like I said, that Murasaki pepper, the same thing, had no flavor, but it
Right.
was a beautiful plant.
You grew the ticker melon?
Ooh, Mike.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, Rhonda.
Yeah.
It smells so good. Oh yeah, I grew a million ticker melons.
It was absolutely
The
flavorless.
Kira
There is the fifth
Kira
reason I
cooked
would
them.
not try
Yep.
that melon.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
smells like it should be a delicious melon. It has a beautiful smell. It's a beautiful striped melon. You get like 100 of them on the plant, and you
Oh
take it, you cut it
wow.
Whoa,
open, and there's zero flavor.
I don't like being
man.
disappointed after months of growth.
Oh no, that's terrible. That'll make
I
me a
grew
little
you for
upset
10
there.
months. I grew you for 6 months.
Especially the ones
Hey,
where
You
look,
gonna
you
taste
try to
like
grow
this?
something
Oh my
and they
gosh.
mix up the seeds. Oh, that makes me upset. Oh
the
man, but
They
I
be
bamboozle.
know it's
having a
human error.
bajillion.
Ugh,
The nastiest be having a bajillion of them. Like, wait, what?
you got all this for what? Waste my time even more. Oh man.
Well, you should have tried it, Dave. Everybody's taste buds are different. I mean, I tried with that thing. It grew so prolifically that I tried putting honey on it. I tried putting sugar on it. I tried juice in it, and it was just water.
Mm.
The bamboozle melon, trying to fool you.
Yes, rabbits can throw paws.
Yeah, I just think it's funny because my little squirrels, I'm like, you dummies, leave that rabbit alone. That rabbit's gonna kick you and send you flying across the yard.
It can look all fluffy and cute, but baby, don't mess it over because it will fight back. That's what it will do.
But luckily, the rabbits have been nice to my squirrels. They will box them a little bit, but they don't do that full on. Like I said, they could drop kick a squirrel across the yard.
Mm,
Well, like if you
mm.
see my videos, they messed with the pheasant. They, they one did a barrel roll through a mess of turkeys.
Mm.
I want to
Gangster
thank
squirrels.
everybody that has been here since we started this live over 2.5 hours ago. It has been greatly
Wow.
appreciated.
Wow.
Um,
Really? I wasn't even
yeah,
paying
we
attention
almost
Yeah.
at
until you
three
just
hours.
said
We
that.
almost at 3 hours. I appreciate the panel because I could do it by myself, but it feels so good to have people that have like minds on having the discussion. This has been beautiful. So
Right.
I thank everyone that had any participation in this live. If you hit the like button, I appreciate that. If you shared it, I appreciate that. If you on the replay and you made it this far, it is greatly appreciated. The next time that we go live collectively, people will be able to share from their channel so that they can get the hours that they've invested into this YouTube thing. So but we're
I
gonna
didn't
keep it
know that's
rolling
how
until
that
people
worked.
start to drop off. Huh?
All this time. I said all this time. I didn't know that's how that worked.
As far
That
as
being live and then you share your live and then you be live at the same time. I always seen like Jags and them doing it, but I didn't know you can get credit for it.
I mean, you're presenting the content. And sometimes, your perspective is going to be different than my perspective, and people are going to appreciate your voice better than my voice. And so they'll feel a little bit more comfortable asking you a question on your channel versus asking you a question on my channel. And I've noticed that sometimes it's not the message, it's not the messenger, it's just sometimes the delivery is different. And so there's a lot of things that people account for when they're interacting with us because They're giving up their time. We're giving up our time, to provide this, and I hope that it's appreciated
Mhm.
to everyone that's here, and hopefully we have a lot of participants in this hashtag WIG 2025, and yeah,
Let's go.
yes, yes,
Wicked
and I
Awesome
I'm gonna
Gardening. Welcome in.
Hello,
who?
Wicked Awesome.
Oh, what's up? That's Sauce. What's up, girl? I'm gonna get my wife ain't in here, and she don't
Hello,
want me to
Gulf
keep
Coast.
talking about it. Hey there, Charlotte. Hey there. I should be growing. I mean, I should be getting rabbits next year. I'm really excited about that. Um,
What?
I have,
Whoa,
I,
nice.
y'all. This is always gonna be a prepping game for me. I'm gonna
Okay.
always try to go a little bit more than I did the year before. Next year I
Mhm.
should be more into my entrepreneur spirit. So,
Right.
sometimes I drop off of YouTube, and it's because I'm working on different goals. I have to be
Mhm.
goal oriented because my son is only 16 years old, and he's going to be faced with all kinds of, things because AI is coming, and AI is no joke.
That part.
I made a song with AI, and it bumped. I paid for it, and
That's what they
it's
doing now.
legal. It's legally mine, but I still have to think about, like, people like Maureen in excuse me, she's up in Canada. Her job was singing, so it's gonna be job replacement with this AI. So I need to put him in a
Mhm.
position to where you know he does better. So but let's get back to the garden. Um, I'm doing a hydroponic bucket. This is 2 gallons. So I just drilled a hole. So I'm just gonna put my air line in here, put my air stone in here, and I'm gonna drop some seeds in it.
Nice.
Yeah, gotta grow this food.
Mhm.
Yep, yep, yep.
So I got
Where's my
about
push?
500 seeds I need to drop. I
500.
got to
Woo!
get my.
That is a
Well, I got to get.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna be
right now
growing
I've
a lot
got
of extra stuff
one,
too.
two,
'Cause I'm starting early.
12.
hmm
I got 13 systems I got to turn on and set up, and then I got in
Ooh.
my video you saw all those mason jars and juice bottles, and I'm gonna grow something in all those just to show that you can do it. And then I got to set up a one of those those small Vigo tomato pod things. I'm gonna put cocoa core perlite vermiculite in it, and I'm gonna bottom water feed it with hydroponic solution, and to show that you can grow like carrots inside in fake soil. So yeah, I got a
Mm.
lot. I got tons of plus mushrooms. I still got to. I was gonna do mushrooms last year, never did. I'm like, I got this mushroom kit I found in my basement. I wonder if it'll grow. And then I was like, but I'm gonna definitely
Mm.
break it out. Hopefully,
I
it's still
see a
viable.
question. It says, how do y'all control mold in hydroponics or crack key system? Karen
Oh.
Moore.
Light
Yeah,
control.
people, yeah, you get mold and things like that from not being clean and light entering into the water because light creates algae, which looks like mold. It could be green, it could be brown, slimy, but that's from water. I mean, light entering into the water and creating the different pathogens that I was talking about because water has different pathogens than the soil, and you can see it because it's in the water. And you can clean it by physically cleaning whatever vessel that you're using, or you can use hydrogen peroxide will also clean and help prevent root rot. Let me just say that that's if you are using
hmm
Nice.
it, it needs to be diluted. That's what I
Mhm.
clean everything. I clean everything with hydrogen peroxide, and I also use it to prevent root rot.
Right.
Like with this right here, this is clear, so it can produce algae. But if you cover it up, with a bag or spray paint it, I can't spray paint anything anymore because it's under 50 degrees. But you
Right.
just cover it up so that it doesn't have that opportunity, so you have less risk of creating algae.
Hmm.
Hello, pretty girl.
Because the green algae is what actually stops your, well, it doesn't stop, but it eats more than the plant itself. That's why the plants usually will succumb to um, algae being inside of the same unit.
Do we have to use what's included or do our own thing? What are they referring to? Hydroponic units?
I don't know.
Okay.
Can
Yeah,
you
if you can
Well, you
elaborate
elaborate.
gotta
for
look.
something beautiful?
Yeah.
What are the best nutrients for hydro? That's a very loaded question because there are a lot of
Mhm.
nutrients. You have a lot of different, just like you have a lot of different fertilizer, and it's actually fertilizer. The hydroponics, it's all fertilizer. The plant uptakes the nutrients. But anywho, there are a lot of fertilizers that you can get, and you can use. They have some that are 1 part all the way up to 3 parts, where you mix 3 parts of a solution, and it equals to whatever the fertilization is supposed to be equal to. The easiest hydroponic fertilizers are the ones that are sold commercially. Let me just say that. And commercially, I mean things like the what's the we was just talking about it, y'all. Maxi Grow
Right.
and things of that line are easy. Those are the powder nutrients. The liquid nutrients would be like More Bloom or Fox Farm or something like that. It's just depending on what you want to feed your plants, basically. A lot of people don't look at the price because the price is going to make you say no. But your plants need to eat. So you're going to have to figure it out. And how
Hmm.
you figure it out is by the amount and how much it is based upon how much you're going to be using. If you have a small system, you don't need a 20-pound bag. You only need
Right.
like a 1 pound maybe. So it's just based upon the fertilizer that you prefer.
Right.
And
And I
people
personally, I
swear by.
don't like.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Mike.
go ahead, Chief. I was just gonna
You
say,
got it, man.
I don't like. I don't like the AB solution because I find it has too much salts in it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very sodium synthetic heavy solution. I personally, if you're gonna buy anything just off the shelf to use, I would recommend the Aero Garden plant food because it's got the
Right.
buffers in it to help with the pH. You don't have to think about it. You just put a
Mm-hmm. And
cap full in your water every time you
mm-hmm.
fill it, and that's the only thought you have to think about it.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to advance and do something more important,
And you can
top
tell when
line,
your plants
more
are receiving too
right,
much.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you want to step up
I
and
Right.
don't
try
know.
the other
But they'll be
solutions,
turning different
go ahead.
colors in the hydroponic unit. You'll see it go to like a very pretty green, and you'll be like, "Oh, it's so green! It's so." There's a such thing as toxicity when you over
Right,
fertilize your plants and they can't use it. They'll turn a pretty green, then they'll turn a dark green, then they'll start to wither and the leaves will start to
right,
curl and do all kind of crazy stuff. That's over fertilization. That's why when I said I do less, it's because the box or the whatever instructions you're reading will give you a specific ratio based upon a I don't know where they get their formulations from, but it's not geared towards the small tabletop units. So you have to figure out what works for fertilizing your plants when you're feeding your plants. They give you a recommendation and they start you out and they give you, excuse me, fertilizer that actually comes with the unit. Those fertilizers are only good for one grow, possibly two, because by it being liquid, you're going to run through it and be like, oh my God, now what I'm going to feed my plants. So, yeah, you might want to check around for a fertilizer that you can easily find for one, because a lot of these fertilizers, like I said, especially the synthetic ones that are very here today, gone tomorrow type thing. So you might find
Right.
it one place today, but you might not see it again for a couple of years. So it's probably best to look at your closest garden center or box store to find a fertilizer to fit, which you can continue to use.
Well, I didn't know that the salt. I'm looking at the package now. I've never read the package, and it tells you where it's derived from, and these some big words. So
Right.
I bought too much. I bought too much to just give up on it. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to be real synthetic for a
When you
while because
start to
I
venture off into words that you're not recognizing, yeah, you might need to backscale.
said it again.
I said when you start venturing off into big words that you don't know, I would backscale.
Oh, well, I don't know none of the words. I think "and" was the one that I know. Yeah, that's it. Everything is like it's chemistry. It's chemistry. And
Right,
Right.
I'm gonna use
right,
this. I'm gonna use this because this is what I have available. But
right.
Right.
now that I'm talking to y'all, maybe next year I'll be through with this, so I can, go into something that's more,
No,
I just
because I
no,
don't,
you
I
have
don't
that
know how
5 years
this.
from now.
used up what I already
You
had.
ain't lying, Mike. I tried it, huh?
I
What you
couldn't
say, G
afford to be
Mama?
buying no fertilizer for soil and fertilizer for hydroponics, and then I'm buying liquid this and pot. No, I just needed one thing for everything, and you can't. It. Let me say this: I can, and I have been feeding my plants because they pretty much, as long as you know that you need to increase your phosphorus or decrease your nitrogen, your plants will make it. It's no special citrus this and tomato that. Everything gets the same thing in my garden. That's what they get, unless they
Like, there's
are,
so
of
many,
course, fruity.
and there's so many additives. Like this right here is, what is it called? Ah, man, silk. Ah, I forgot what it's called. Silka. It's to make the walls of the
Silica,
plants thicker.
yes.
Silica.
Silica. Thank you. So I bought this because I'm a gardener. Like I was growing indoors when I was growing indoors. So this is
Right.
something additive that I bought, and I have all these other ingredients and stuff, but I'm gonna look at it a little bit differently when it comes to because I don't know how when you use this right here, how does it correlate to what you ingest when you harvest that plant?
That's what
So
I learned from using that stuff. It's all in the minerals. It's like when I
Right.
switched to the leather and started using like the pumice and all of these things, they have silica that's being used inside of those stones. The small
mm,
porous things that goes on with the clay pebbles. These are what the plant roots respond to versus what we've been, or should I say, what I've been doing as far as using soil and everything. It's just blown my mind. So that's why I've been remineralizing my soil with like the zeolite and the hydro grow stone. Yeah, this it'll once it hits you, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, I have been doing this all, and this is what happened to me. This is why I say I've been deep in. I'm not a soil scientist or anything like that, I just know what's been working out for my plants, and I'll be watching and seeing the responses that they give me. So it's like they say, it's all in the soil. It is. It's all in the mineralization and what the microbes and everything that's going on in there can do with whatever is going on in the soil or the hydroponics.
Well, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole because
And
it was
it
it'll be too costly right now. I'm just gonna
Mhm.
ignore,
and it
that
is.
urge, and I'm just gonna grow my food the
Mhm.
best I can for now. And as I
Right.
start to get halfway, then I'm like, okay, I earned my money, so I can,
Mhm.
I could dive into what actually I need to, use to
Right.
grow hydroponically. I can't do it now.
And
For
I would
now.
encourage
For
you to
now.
start small. I wouldn't encourage
Right.
somebody to go out and get a big tabletop unit because you don't know if you're going to panic while something happens because things happen. That's why they call accidents. But you can start with something as small as a little jar, a little mason jar, or
Yeah, mason
a
jar. Yeah.
yogurt cup. You put holes in the bottom of it, and now you got a planter. Just start something small and try to grow it. And once you start small, you're gonna want to grow bigger and want to grow more. So it's encouraging to start
Absolutely.
small versus a big, gigantic 12 or 8 pod unit, and now you're panicking because you don't know. It's just a lot.
Yeah, and I find
Hmm.
like personally, the more I try to get scientific about it, me personally, the more I try to, and then my plant dies for no reason because your plants are silly. A plant will just up and just
Right.
die for
And
absolutely zero
especially if
reason. And then I'll get
hydroponics is
mad,
not.
right? And then I'll be mad about it. So I basically just I find that you know when I ignore the plant and I just let the plant do its thing, I have much more success than when I had all the meters and they try to make everything perfect. It didn't work out for me. So
Right.
so don't be
And
afraid to just try
I'm a
things.
control freak. I like to control everything. So.
Yeah, see, that's not
I
me.
don't.
I'm
I'm
I'm on the
cool,
Mhm.
opposite end.
but yeah, I have tried to dial in stuff, and then when you mess up, the plant is very dramatic. I mean, it goes like, oh no, and I'm like, what are you doing? Then you gotta flush the plant. You're like, oh my goodness, what's wrong with you, girl? And she just all, she on that stuff. You done gave her too much, so she's gone. But
Mhm.
I
And
really
soil,
have
you have
enjoyed.
time to react.
Yes, that buffer is serious, but with hydroponics, there's not as much forgiveness, you know, because everything could be straight one day, and the next morning, you find out that she hanging on by her last leg, and it's you changing out the
The
water or
last
something,
root.
so you're trying to have, yeah, she's taking those last couple of puffs, trying to keep together, yeah.
If a plant can survive me, a plant can survive anything. I am not nice to
and
my
and
plant.
and that's basically what I was interpreting when I was using the salts, because I knew that it was salt based, but I didn't know exactly what that in detail. And it was because I
Right.
didn't never read the box. I mean, I didn't read the ingredients or derived from, and it was because it wasn't important to me. I believe because it was like, okay, well, these are the options that I have when I'm dealing with soil. I mean, when I'm dealing with hydroponics, so I'm going to use this unless I want to use top notch, and I'm going to get less bang for my buck. But then you
Right.
start to look at, okay, so the reason why you're growing is because you want to, a healthier option. So it's just finding that balance to what's comfortable with you. And um,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to be comfortable with these salts, and I hope that the
Yeah.
plant absorbs it and does what it do, so that it doesn't affect me as severely.
And the reason I
But
switched like that is because after a while, that salt corrodes your metal. If you have
yeah,
anything metal inside of your hydroponic unit, that salt will start to corrode that, and it's gonna have to be replaced.
And
I'm
it's hard
trying
to
to
get off.
promote hydroponics.
It
So
scales up.
nothing.
That's why you see a lot of people using the PVC and the rubber, whatever it's called. It's a big word. I can't think of what it is right now. But yeah.
Hmm. Wow. All right, y'all. If we don't have any more questions, Ada, Miss Georgia Peachnut, I need to eat dinner as well. Um,
Mhm.
we got a
Yeah,
plate
same.
from my wife's daddy, so I'm about to
Oh,
go
we've
eat
been
us some
talking a
fish and
long
some ribs.
time.
Yeah, we done hit
Ooh,
3 hours. Yeah, I've had a great
wow.
time. We talked about a lot of different things. I've enjoyed all of the conversation except for the salt because I'm biased. I'm sorry, I'm biased because I'm using it. So, you know,
Right, right.
yeah, so I'm just a little biased about it, but I've really enjoyed this time that we spend, y'all. And if y'all have any parting words, then we probably should do that now. We're gonna try to get out of here in the next, 2 or 3 minutes if possible.
I'm just gonna say,
What I,
grow something that makes you happy, that you enjoy growing.
Yeah, don't
yeah.
overcomplicate it. Just drop your seeds and ask for
Hmm.
help when you need it.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, plants want to grow.
there's always gonna be better ways to do things. There's just like with life, there's always gonna be somebody that's thinner than you, that's stronger than you. There's always gonna be variations that someone particularly gravitates more than, your option. But as long as it brings you satisfaction, and you're not judging yourself too much, then um, keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully you're bringing life together, and that can mean just dropping a seed in the ground. And um, I hope that everybody enjoyed their time here. We have went 3 hours, and we have some of the best indoor crew right now here. There's other people that grow indoors, but I specifically asked these two ladies to be here. I have known them for years, and their vibe, their everything about them screams, I'm that girl. So they're here for a reason.
Well, thank you, Candy. I
Mike has been
appreciate
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Mike has been my dog since he helped me do. I don't remember what he helped me do, but he was saying, "Hey man, do this, do that, and do that." And then it was the helpfulness that I appreciated from him.
it.
And yeah, so we're here because we enjoy what we do, and we hope that y'all get to a point to where y'all have as much passion as us when it comes down to gardening. So as you got something else to say, y'all? I'm gonna end it real quick.
Nope,
All
that's
Good.
right,
up.
y'all.
It
As I
was fun.
always say,